Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Pattison Ave Phanatics Show. I am your host, Tom Kelly. With me, as always, this band of wacky brothers, James Scorza.
Morning, happy Saturday.
Joseph Francis Marks.
It's going to be a good show.
Damon Salim.
Good morning, happy pillows.
Dave Yarnell.
Good morning, everybody.
Frank Finnegan.
It's breakfast. Where's my omelet?
Don't get me started. I'm starving here. Good morning, Fooge. Fooge checking in.
What's up,
Fooge? Right out of the
Fooge.
gate. What's up, my brother? Yo, Fooge got a new show.
Uh-oh.
The Cheap Seats, I believe.
Nice.
Fooge, chime in on the board. Let us know when that new show is, brother. We'll definitely plug it up for you.
The cheap seats.
Yes.
Nice.
I'm looking
Check that
forward
out,
to it.
Sounds like my childhood.
Most of our childhoods, Joe.
Sounds like
I don't think we have anybody.
Sounds like my high school girlfriend.
Whoa.
Here we go.
By rails. Nice and early. So I
What was her name?
An omelet didn't slow
No
down.
names. No names.
No names.
I'm a gentleman. I don't tell
There
names.
you go. There you go.
That's fantastic. So there is a bunch to get into. I actually have a bunch of exciting stuff I want to let everybody who's listening in on. We'll do that a little bit further, and I kind of wanted to jump into some Eagles and some draft talk before. Obviously, it's a big day. In the basketball world in this town, and we get the Phils. We are into the baseball season. I missed a couple of weeks. I am back, so hopefully I can get caught up. So if I bring up a couple of things, good morning, Amanda. If I bring up a couple of things that are
Morning, Amanda.
stuff you guys already went over, I apologize in advance. But with the draft being a couple of weeks away. Has I haven't been here since they made the trades with the Saints and moved some picks around and stuff like that. And Joe, I'll kick this first one to you. With those two picks in the first round, has who you were targeting? I don't need an individual player name, but just the position. Has the positions you were targeting changed, stayed the same? And if what are they?
Players, yes. The top guy that I want, no, that hasn't changed. I feel like they can still get the top guy that I feel like they can.
Who's that?
I'm anywhere between, as I've read a couple different draft boards, I'm anywhere between Kyle Hamilton and Jordan Davis.
Okay,
those are game breakers. And I feel
Davis is the guy out of Georgia, right?
Yeah, he's the D tackle
the monster,
that ran faster than some linebackers.
Yes.
So I mean, and he's 340.
He's definitely
pounds.
a top pick, isn't he, Joey?
Yeah,
a lot of people look
He
Jordan
ran a
Davis.
sub 540, which is insane.
Yes.
He ran a sub 4.740.
That's I don't
Wow.
think my car could get up that fast.
And he's 340 pounds.
I know.
That's a big boy.
I know.
And
That is a big boy. Yeah.
And the fact that he brings speed and power, and then I go into like Kyle Hamilton, and not many game-breaking safeties come out in the draft. But this is a guy that is.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he reads the quarterback's eyes. He breaks on the ball so well, and he's a locker room leader. And I mean, this is a guy that's going to bring a lot of intangibles to a locker room. And I feel like, okay, so they may have to move up a little bit, but Howie in the last 3 out of the 4 seasons has moved up in the draft.
Okay.
And
That's
so
a good point.
from my point of view, he's going to do with some of the third-round picks, the extra third-round picks. He's going to take a 3rd and a 15 and maybe tinker with, I don't know, a 5th, whatever the other team needs, and move up a couple spots depending on how far either Kyle Hamilton or Jordan Davis falls.
Right.
My hope is, especially with Jordan Davis, the reason why I'm a lot in favor for him is Fletcher Cox is on his way out. I mean, that's not a hidden secret. And you need to have another guy who's going to be that linchpin on the defensive line.
So Davis is that guy, what you're saying?
That's what I feel like. Yeah.
Okay.
My Lord, I would
Okay.
love to see him in the midnight, and now Kelly Green
Yes.
coming back.
Yeah. I think getting Kyle Hamilton is kind of a pipe dream. They won't trade up the draft to safety.
So I agree with that notion that they won't trade up the draft
as
to
much
safety.
as I want the guy.
Like they won't draft a safety. That's just the bottom line.
I think they'll draft one,
But,
but
I mean,
they're not going to
not
trade up.
round one.
Not round one.
Not round
Right,
one.
right.
No.
I mean,
they're not going to
that-
take a linebacker in round one too.
That part I will
Sucks.
agree with. But
I know that
I
sucks.
think that's a detriment. But here's what I'm going with is I've seen Kyle Hamilton on certain mock draft boards has gone as high as 2 and as low as 10.
I've seen him as low as like 14, 15.
Yeah.
It depends on what happens with the quarterbacks.
He didn't have a great combine.
No, but if teams get stupid and reach for quarterbacks that shouldn't be drafted in the top 10.
And I think that's going to
That's
happen.
going down.
So Joey, between 10 and 15 is what you're saying, Kyle? I'm sorry, Jordan Davis?
I think if Jordan Davis drops between 10 and 15, you could see Howie, depending on how desperate he feels, jump up a couple spots.
Okay.
Just like he did with Devontae Smith.
For defensive lineman, he would definitely
If he's there, then you should.
Hey, Sean, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for chiming in, buddy.
Here's the thing. After that Saints trade, I don't think that we're picking 2 players. I think that 18, we're trading back. I don't think we're going to be drafting 2 players.
Nah, I think they're actually going to pick 2 players. For what I'm understanding is from what Cuz was saying that these quarterbacks are going to go really high because Detroit's looking at a quarterback and a couple other teams. Yeah, the Texans. So
Washington.
Those players are dropped towards
Atlanta.
I like Stingley Jr. personally.
Oh man!
And the only reason I say that, this team needs a guy that can come in and play right away. And those kids that come out LSU and Alabama and those teams, they're like pro ready.
Those SET kids. Yeah, it's like the NFL light.
Yeah, and they need that.
Are you worried about the injury?
Yeah, I was just going to say that the only problem with Stingley is he hasn't been as productive as his freshman year.
Yeah. I actually did an article this past week on Chris Olave.
I saw that,
and and a lot of mocks have him going to the Birds at 15.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be interesting if I did an article.
If anything, Joey, I think Howie's going to trade up as opposed to trade down. I think he'll make another move to trade up. And I'm hearing Rager's involved in something.
Oh, please!
I don't know how true that is.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah,
I'll get him the limo.
Wouldn't it?
I'll get him the limo.
But here's
I'm gonna get him an Uber. I get him an Uber.
I didn't say what kind of.
I'll drive him to the
I didn't say what kind of.
Uber.
I didn't say what kind of limo it was.
This is why I feel like they're going to trade back, David, with that 18.
Yugo.
I feel like they're going to trade up to 15, but I think they're going to trade back to 18.
Okay.
This is why I feel that way, is because Pittsburgh and their teams behind them, behind 18, that want to get up to get a quality quarterback because of that run on quarterbacks that's going to happen early in the draft.
Norm. What's up, Norm?
No, that could be very well true. The thing about Howie, that I really do. I mean, he irks me sometimes with his picks, but he keeps me interested, man. He makes me so when this trade with the Saints happened, when I first looked at it, Frank, I was mad. I was like, whoa. Yeah. We gave up too much. But then I had to read again. I had to look at it again. I go, oh no, we still have 2 picks in the first round. Right. And then he set us up for next year. I mean, he
and the year after.
And the year after. And who knows what he's gonna do, next year comes. But I mean, he puts us in a good position, James. Like,
you know what's funny? I was like annoyed about it too, actually. Because it was just like, wait, what are you doing, Howie? Like,
and
then I was like, wait a second. I had to read the tea.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, wait a second.
You got to go big.
But as a fan base,
that was
you got to go big picture on a deal like that because of what's the crop that's coming out.
Well, the quarterbacks are going to be nice next year.
And you know what, Joe? If he does trade 18 away,
I
don't care if he trades it away and we don't have another first round pick in this draft. Right. If he gets us another first round pick next year,
right?
Because that puts us in position with 3 first round picks in a very quarterback race
for next year. You're saying,
well,
yes.
Right?
I see him trading 18 for a lower pick, like a second, third, or a fourth this year, and then like either a first in 2024. That way, the next 2 years he has 2 picks and more draft capital to play with.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that I have as a question for the fan base, for the guys in this room: are you okay with the philosophy of a slow build?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, if it's going to get like kind of like.
You made the playoffs last year. I'm sorry, James. I'm in.
No, you're good.
You made the playoffs last year. I don't necessarily. It doesn't feel like a slow build to me. Now, depending on who leaves after this season and what pieces you get, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like a slow build.
Well, it's not. I'm sorry. It's not.
They're continuing to build, is what you're saying.
It's so good.
It's not a slow build if you look at what's going to happen with the salary cap next year.
Right.
It might be a slow build this year.
Yeah.
Next year, it's going to be a nuclear explosion.
Yeah.
And that's the way I see it.
And Howie likes to make big splashes too.
Just keep in mind, with that money that will free up next year, you have a choice, and this is why I feel like Eagles fans should clamor for what happens next season, and that's you could pay for a good quarterback. You don't have to worry about trading. Any good quality quarterback that's out there.
I read
Kyler
that.
Murray's not
Kyler
happy.
Murray. Yeah, I
Let
heard
me
that.
ask you something about that. I heard about it last night with the Kyler Murray thing.
Go ahead.
Does he sign with Arizona or is he gone?
He wants
Oh, he's
$50
still in
million.
the
question.
contract.
Yeah, you
He's
know.
still in
He's
the
not
contract.
happy, man.
Because he
We'll
wants
get into the
$50 million.
Phils next, Ellis. We'll
It's a-
take a dive into that. Sorry.
Nah, here's the thing.
Yeah,
man. I'm for drafting the quarterback if Hurts, quote unquote, isn't the guy. And the only reason I say that because, to your point, I don't think it's a slow build, but what you'll get now. So, like, say Fletcher Cox out, and Brandon Graham's last year. I think Carson's money comes off the books after this season, so you'll have all that money. Then you'll have draft capital. You'll have young players coming in, and I'm okay with the slow build in football because that's the one sport where if everyone begins to mesh, you could turn it around within 2 years.
Right.
So let's go back to the Andy Reid era, right? When he first came in.
Mhm.
We literally gradually saw them build, and it wasn't long, right? It wasn't.
Right.
No.
I think in his second year they made the playoffs as the head coach.
Right.
So and then we went on that ride and so I actually appreciate that with the
If it's
Eagles.
gonna make us become like a better team, like
Yeah.
end of down the road, I think I'm all for it.
So,
Yeah.
Joe, do they build around Hurts or just
I think the jury's still out.
okay?
I think the jury's
I-
out.
well,
I think that you should,
Yeah, definitely.
but that's just one man's opinion
Right.
because the consensus right now is he's not good enough.
So where do they go in the first round?
they're going
Position wise, I'm
they're
asking.
saying
Like, what do you
quarterback
think?
and wide
I mean,
receiver.
defense.
Defense.
Okay.
They have
Yeah,
to.
they have to go defense.
Okay.
I mean, if you're Howie Roseman, you have to think that defense, like everybody wins championships with defense.
Right.
That's how it looks like.
Well,
I mean, if it were me, I would get 2 of my Georgia Bulldogs. To
Ooh.
Oh, I know you.
Mr.
would.
Bulldog
I
man.
know you.
No. Well, look, you wouldn't be wrong mining that gold mine. I
Yeah.
mean,
Again, another program where these guys can
Hey,
step in
Keep in mind,
and start to
SEC's
play.
like the AAA affiliate. Like,
Yeah,
keep-
yeah.
keep
So
in
they have
mind
15 and 18, right?
there were
Is that right?
reports
Yeah, I
that the
think 15
Eagles
and
had
Okay, just check.
that the Eagles had their own little base camp down in Georgia.
Yes,
this
they do.
past college year.
yeah, they did.
They had their little base camp down there, so they
Yep.
know
Yeah.
what they
Exactly.
like. They know what they want.
Yep.
Nah, they were just doing. Jeffrey and his son Julian were just camping out, eating peanut butter jelly sandwiches.
S'mores.
Just like
making
us.
s'mores. Right.
Just like us. They're just like us.
They weren't really evaluating football players.
Too much peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, right.
So you
chilling
think
on the dirt road.
do you think Howie's going to get it right in 2022?
You can never say how he's going to get it right. That's never.
You
safe.
got a coin? You got a coin? Because that's
Heads or tails, Joey.
yeah.
See,
Flip the coin.
I used to think it was all Howie's fault, but it's not. It's not.
It's Jeffrey?
Yeah, Jeffrey.
It's
Jeffrey.
definitely Jeffrey.
Yeah, just toe. Well, he used to
You
have
know.
his toe in the water. I think his foot's in the water.
I
now.
think he's neck
Wow.
deep in the water. I think he's
Yeah.
neck deep in
Yeah.
the water, and he really
He's
should
the
go
puppet
back.
master.
He should go
The
back to
puppet
making.
master.
He should go back to making movies like V.I. Warshausen.
No, I don't think he needs to be drafted.
Yeah, just sit in your office and enjoy the ride, dude.
Yeah.
Let
Enjoy the ride.
Why can't we get another Joe Douglas in here to help?
Thank you.
To help Howie.
because the Joe Douglases of the world walk in and they interview and they talk to Howie and they talk to Jeff and they tell them what it's going to be and they go, okay, I'm not going to be here, and they leave.
Yeah, who's the older guy that they had it on video when he was disappointed when they drafted Hurts?
Yeah,
I forget his name. He was
Oh yeah.
You know
It was
Tom.
was that Tom?
yeah, I forget his name.
Because I remember
Was it
last
Tom
year,
Donahoe?
Donahue.
It was
was.
Donahue.
Donahue.
And they tried to
It's Donahoe.
downplay
It's
it.
Donahoe.
That was
Yeah,
Donahoe.
what? With like Howie went to give him a 5 and he like blew
Yeah,
it off?
he didn't like that. It's like no,
Yeah.
He said the guy's too small, and he's like too small.
when
when they drafted Hurts. Exactly.
when the guy that's making your football decisions goes to give someone else in the draft room a high five and they blow him off, and then other teams are literally laughing at
Yeah.
who you picked.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
It's a problem, man.
Big
Yeah.
problem.
That's a problem. I mean, the sun even shines on a dog's ass someday.
Every once in a while.
Every once in a
while.
Broken clock twice a day.
It's really hard to admit. It's really hard to admit that the sun is shining when you're the smartest guy in the room and you say the lights are out.
Yeah.
Right. And the other thing is,
If that's the case, the lights have been out for a very long time.
Of course,
yeah,
they
we're
have.
good at your scouts if you're not listening
You know,
to them.
Matty
Absolutely.
B's not wrong. Matty B's rants on Howie are not wrong.
Yeah, he's not a fan of that guy. That's
Well,
for
the,
sure.
the thing is, he just signed an extension,
No, he's not.
Yes, he
the
did.
3-year extension.
Yes,
So
he
he's
did.
he's.
What do you
here.
think? What do you think of that?
I'm not surprised. I mean, listen. Here's the thing. Like, Big Joe, Frank, and I grew up in an era, man, where like I know we're gonna get to the Sixers, where like Jack McMahon and those guys were
Yeah.
awesome in the Sixers era. I mean,
Absolutely.
they. I mean, that's how we got Charles Barkley and Maurice Cheeks and those guys, right? So going back, I look to answer your question. I think that Howie, and I respect him. I actually respect Howie. And I'll say this: I know he worked his way up, and he was under Banner and all those good things. But where he loses me is like to evaluate the talent.
Right.
He's good. He's good at contracts. He's good at
He's good with numbers.
He's
He's
excellent.
He's good with
He's
numbers.
excellent at
Yeah.
that.
but know your lane, man. Just allow someone else
Yeah, but
to pick the talent, and that's where you get. Now here's the thing, though. No one talks about this. You know, he drafted Deshaun Jackson. He was the one that said, "Get this kid."
yeah,
And no one. So I think once he's like, "Oh, I got Deshaun Jackson. Now I can pick anybody."
Right.
But then he goes and gets Rager. You know what I mean? And it's like
Danny Watkins.
Danny Watkins. He was Danny too. I thought that was a Big Red.
no. They will deny.
was that
Big Red would never draft Danny Watkins.
Yeah, I can't
That-
see.
The
I
fireman.
never see that.
Yeah.
Big Red said he liked him.
Well, what are you going to say? What are you going to
supposed to
say
say?
when your boss says this is the kid we want?
Yeah, Danny Watkins. He wanted he wanted to tour the fire stations in Philly, James.
McDougal.
McDougal.
Oh my god!
Wow.
McDougal.
Look, he's
King Dunlap.
King Dunlap.
All right, now that's
He
going
was-
back a bit.
That's a bit far back, but now I'm.
I don't think that was Howie.
I don't
though.
think it was either.
No.
King Dunlap.
I don't know. I felt excluded. I just wanted to throw a name out there. Disappointed.
I mean, it's
more like
just-
a prince
yeah.
than a king.
because
Well,
you go.
like a
The obvious
jester.
is sitting there, and he goes, "No, I think I'm going to take King Dunlap."
Because I'm the smartest in the room.
Yeah,
well,
the
that
smartest
wasn't
guy in the
Howie, but
I know, but it's
Yeah.
like but Danny Watkins was a stretch.
ugh.
I don't think he ever played football again.
stretch. You don't. That's not a stretch.
Yeah,
That's
man.
That's suicide.
yeah, that's not a stretch. That's not
He
a
was a
reach.
26. Frank, he was a 26-year-old rookie.
That's a
That's
stretch.
crazy.
That's a stretch like me getting down on the floor right now and doing a split. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to see. Can I see that?
No.
A bummer.
It would take all of us to pick him up.
26-year-old rookie.
James, I want to see that.
I'm not picking nothing up. I'll just move the microphone down to the ground.
Look,
Those arms extend.
Howie does the numbers really well.
Yes, he
I
does.
mean, and this is why he got the extension, because he makes Jeffrey money.
Gave himself the extension.
Let me ask you guys a
You don't
question.
get that extension without Jeff saying, "Yeah, go
No,
ahead."
That's
and-
true.
and-
Do you
and
think
finagle the coach.
some players have avoided this team solely because of the front office?
Yes.
Yes.
As in free agency wise, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what?
yeah.
I wonder about that
Like
lately. yeah.
Frank Gore,
Yeah.
that situation.
I think Frank Gore's situation was something
That was
different.
that was more of a chip
Yeah, that
Right.
Because,
there was more to that than
because
just-
Murray.
Well, he was technically in the front office.
Aren't
Yeah,
they?
Murray. He was supposed to come.
Yeah,
like-
but
Time out. Aren't
there
the
was
Eagles?
other
Aren't,
things that were
aren't the
going on
Eagles
there.
usually good at free agency normally? Like,
Normally, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
well,
Normally
but
they get their guy.
then why all of a sudden they're not getting guys to free agency? Like
You
I know
know,
they.
Well, they're not going for the guys that we want to see them get.
Well, they would have got. They get that too. No, but really would have been signed if he didn't. You know.
Well, yeah, we know that situation.
So maybe he'll be here next year
Yeah.
after he sits out of here.
So
Yeah,
my
just
son said,
ban
to me
him from the sports betting.
I'm saying, but they're normally pretty good at free
Yeah.
agency. They
And there was a
get what they
time,
need. What they
Yeah.
sometimes.
my son came down the steps yesterday and he says, would you trade for DK Metcalf or for Debo Samuel? And I went, well, what's it going to cost me?
Yeah, man.
Right.
And he said, well, for Debo, they said it's going to cost like a first, a third,
No, I thought
a fifth this year, and maybe a second next year. And I said, and $25 million.
Yeah, man.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
out. He goes, but he's, he's telling me he's such a great player. I'm like, yeah, he's a great player, but I'm not blowing my team up for a wide receiver / running back.
Nah.
Debo's good though.
Oh my God, he's
He's
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah.
He's an
And
awesome player.
And that's the reason why, like, in
It's
this
fun to watch
draft,
too.
Yeah,
this draft is deep at receivers.
yeah, it is.
It's very deep at receivers.
I don't know if there's a Debo Samuel in this.
We think Joey Drake London maybe.
They're calling Traylon Burks the next Debo Samuels.
I did an article on him yesterday,
I-
and it was.
We think Joey maybe
Oh, you
maybe
know,
Drake London
I could see him come to Philly.
Who?
I wouldn't
Traylon
mind
Burks,
seeing
yeah.
him
Did
take
article?
Drake
Okay.
London.
I
possibility.
could see him come to Philly.
Possibility. I don't like USC guys.
Well,
I don't like them.
What do you have against
yeah,
that?
but you know what?
I Don't like them.
I got to tell you something,
Kid's not
guys.
bad though.
I
They all
don't
look
like.
good.
I don't like. Look, I don't like any receiver or cornerback
From the
from the Pac-10.
Don't like them.
But I'm telling you, this guy's different.
That's what they said before
Yeah,
when they
but
took
you know,
No. This guy's different.
Barkley.
You know the last-
I'm telling you, this guy's different.
I don't trust the USC guys.
The last-
I'm
not
with you.
taking him first round, maybe
Dame,
fifth or
Dame,
sixth.
He won't be
Dame,
there. He's
kid
going to
can
go
play.
in first
He's gonna
round.
go first round.
The
Okay.
last USC receiver to make it big
Keyshawn.
was Jalen Hurns,
Mm.
and he went into obscurity in Jacksonville. So
Everybody
And after
goes
that
in.
was before that was Keyshawn Jackson.
Everybody
Keyshawn
disappears.
Jackson before that.
The
right?
problem with the players that go to Jacksonville, they go fishing in the swamps and the gators eat them and they disappear.
Yeah,
But
I don't-
you'll never know it.
I don't trust those guys.
Hey,
so, man.
you think the honey badger's coming here?
Oh, I'd love to see the honey badger.
Oh,
at this
I'll put
point,
them in a
I'm not
heartbeat.
entirely sure.
Who's your guy from
I heard
Notre
the
Dame?
I heard the
Is he coming
Raiders.
It's
I heard the Raiders looking at him
out?
too.
Don't you
So
have
I
a
don't know.
safety from Notre Dame that's coming out or
Hamilton.
cornerback? Huh?
Hamilton.
Yeah, he's coming out this
Hamilton,
year.
but they're not going to get. They're not going to draft.
Why not?
him. They won't take a safety in the first round.
Why not?
They're the
Well,
Eagles.
They should. No, Dave, you're absolutely
They
right.
should.
You're absolutely right. Why not? They should, but they won't.
I never get that. I'm not taking a linebacker in the first round. I'm not taking the safety. But I'll take best player available.
Fuji checks in and says Dunlap was a Pro Bowl with the Chargers and he was a
Yeah, he
toilet bowl
was.
with the Eagles.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was.
All right. To be fair, though, he was in the Charger system where he had protection too. Like he had guards that also went to the Pro Bowl. So
Yeah, and he had a great quarterback.
yeah.
Norm says we should take
Well,
Kenny
I wouldn't
Walker.
go that far.
No.
Philip Rivers was
Out of
not a
Michigan
great
State.
quarterback.
For extended period.
Yeah.
Yeah. Norm says we should take Kenny Walker out of Michigan State.
I would rather
Not
have-
early. Not early.
I would rather
You're not
have.
gonna
Draft a running back early.
No.
No.
I'd rather have
That's a third.
Hassan.
That's a second or third round.
According to Tyrone, they're looking at this punter from in the fourth
Oh,
round.
you better stop. With
Hunter
Oh,
in the
my
fourth
God.
round.
I forget the
Kickers
kid's
aren't
name.
real
They said
football
this kid's
players.
the real deal, and he's a two-way. He's a
Kickers
two-way.
win games, Joey.
They said he can kick as well. They said he can kick as well.
Yo, he's good as your last
can
kick,
flip-
Joey.
He can flip the field.
Kickers kick.
No, I gotta say this before. So I don't listen to the guy anymore. Actually, I walked past him. I was at this Sixers Pistons game, but it was the game before that. It was the Nets game. I walked past him and I flipped him on the dad. I don't know why. Eskin pissed me off.
What Howard said this time.
He made the most ridiculous comment, and this caller comes on. I got off
What
immediately.
again?
You know what he said, Frank?
I was listening this morning. Go ahead.
Nick Sirianni's the best coach in the city.
Excuse me.
In the city.
Exactly. And you didn't fart either.
What was that?
He said Nick Sirianni.
I'm sorry. Pardon me. What?
Yeah. He said, I almost crashed. Nick Sirianni's the best coach in the city over Doc Rivers and Girardi. I said, dude, wait. That's like saying a second grader, and he and I teach is smarter than the 10th grader. In some cases, there is. I can admit that.
I think
But-
those
but
feuds
that's
from those
rare.
players are getting to Howard.
Dude, if I see him, I'm gonna lay his limping behind
Oh,
off.
come on, man. You don't have. You only have to look past. You only have to look into the wallet to know where that's.
No, I know, man, but why would you? 'Cause that's
Because that's
troll
what he
with
does.
capital letters.
That's what he does.
Tell us,
He's getting under your
He
skin.
he did exactly to you what he wanted to do,
Yeah.
and that's
I
what
got off.
Howard does.
I turned him
you.
off.
That's what
But you
Howard
don't
does.
listen, man. You too. That's childish.
You want to get him
Don't-
back? You want to get him back?
No, I don't call
No,
him.
no,
I
no.
don't listen to him.
No.
But if I
I'm
see
telling
him,
you.
he's going to get a piece of my
I'm
mind.
telling you. You
I'm
want to
gonna
get him
let
back?
Joe, I'm going to tell him that Joey.
Well, all right. Next
says
time
the
you see
same
him,
thing.
next time you see him, say Howard. Process is really working, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And
Yeah.
that'll get under his skin like about 40 splinters.
He's a dope. He's a dope.
That's not even fair to Sirianni. He could be fired in 2 years, Sirianni. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody cares what Howard says anymore.
No, but that was just dumb, man. I'm like,
yeah,
come
it's
on,
dumb, but
man.
he does it to get a
He's
reaction.
got both these.
Jay
say what
Wright.
you want,
Jay
both those
Wright is
coaches
the
are
best
championship
coach.
coaches.
Jay Wright is the
Yes,
best
Jay
coach.
Wright-
in the
Jay Wright
city.
is the best.
I would have accepted
That is
that.
for sure.
And that's
I
a
would-
Nova guy.
I would have
That's the
accepted that.
That's the truth.
I don't know about that.
Why do you
I
think's
agree with
better?
you, and that's a Nova
Don't
guy.
tell me
I'm
Doc.
not going to compare college to pros.
Right.
Yeah,
And let me tell you, and in all fairness, here's the reason why. Jay Wright has a sweet gig. He's a great coach, without a doubt. But I'm sorry, man. When you go to that next level, you're dealing with more than just the player. You're dealing with agents.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're dealing with the advertisers that they rep.
Right.
You're dealing with
So
everybody.
now you're
All,
dealing
you know,
with
you're
This is
coaching
what-
kids. Now you're coaching guys who
Yeah,
make more
yeah,
money than
this is-
you
You
do.
gotta be a
This is
PR.
whole new
expert,
world.
not a coach.
This is where I'll disagree with you about that, Dame. because the college basketball and college coaches in general, you got to think the pros, you're only dealing with what, 30 other coaches, 30 some other coaches. In the college ranks, you're dealing with a lot more than that. You're dealing with boosters, you're dealing with coaches, you're dealing with parents, you're dealing with a lot of other
but
stuff.
the difference. I'm sorry.
And then so I would put Jay Wright up there, and this has been already said. Like the Cuz said this a couple days ago. You got to put him up there as the top 10 coach in college basketball.
Oh, absolutely. No, I'm not disputing, but I'm saying
now that Coach K's gone, he's top five.
I'm talking about is as far as dealing with, and we'll get. I don't want to go because we'll stay on the Eagles, but when you're dealing like 25, that alone, college coaches aren't dealing with that.
Right.
They're not dealing with the guy just coming in and saying, you know what? Now Jay Wright lost the kid who decided to transfer. I forget the kid's name. He transferred because Jay Wright wanted to control him. He likes to control guards. I'm not taking away from his coaching ability. I'm just saying as an NBA head coach, you're dealing with way more than just X's and O's.
Oh, I agree.
And so that you have to have a mindset to handle that.
I think
Frank Vogel.
Exactly. Prime example. So to put him in that league. That doesn't mean I'm not saying he wouldn't be successful at it. I mean, think about this. Coach K accepted the Lakers job and then 24 or 48 hours later said, I don't want to do it. And I'm sure that had a lot to do with it. Like, I don't want to deal with these guys.
You have to change. You're not a head coach anymore. You're a PR man. And you've got to be a PR expert because you got to handle the press, you got to handle the fans, and you got to handle the 12 guys in that room.
Yes, right.
Coach K already got a glimpse of that coaching the Olympic team. So he already kind of had an insight into dealing with those numbers.
Why would you leave a job like this?
So, Dave, is that why? Not to go off topic.
Other than the retire.
Yeah.
Is that why Patino didn't make it? I mean,
yeah.
Well, it's funny. I was in New York when Patino was coaching.
Right.
He wasn't a bad coach.
I'm saying he wasn't bad at all.
Resurrected the Knicks. To be honest with you,
he did.
He had a good team up there.
Yeah, he had a good team.
I mean, I'm saying he's been both college and pro. He's done
both. I mean, then you can go Larry Brown.
Right.
I mean,
sure.
To be fair, when you coach the Knicks, you're already working from a deficit.
Yeah.
yeah.
True.
But no, to
it's like
your
being
point,
a coach of the Mets.
That's a good question. It depends on who the person. In all fairness, Larry Brown had coached in the ABA.
What about Calipari? Calipari did the same thing.
Yeah, but see, Calipari, what he's done, kind of with Frank and Joey was saying,
right?
He's finagled to where he's like, okay, I'm accepting the one and done,
right?
Because I'm letting these guys know, listen, go have that.
Yeah.
That only enhances his program.
I'm just bringing up coaches that were in.
No, you're right.
Calipari can take credit for so many NBA players,
right? And that's rare. That's rare.
So can Patino.
Yeah,
but Coach K.
He didn't want to accept it.
He didn't want to accept it. He didn't want to accept the one and done.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
But we will go off the rail. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No, it's all good.
That's all good. That's all good. We're going to transition into some Phillies baseball.
Ooh.
Where the hell is the bats gone?
I have a hot take.
What team is this?
Let me go on this little rant I have to say.
Uh-oh.
Last week I was excited about this team
Sure you were.
after
a
disappointing 2022 that has been, and just I was excited about, like, I was like telling my friends, like, what a great day to be for Phillies baseball, what a great time to go to a ball game, and now they're playing like horse shit.
All right. I got it.
Still early.
Look,
But go ahead.
James, I got. There's four
It's
numbers.
good
There's four
discussion.
numbers the Phillies have to hit. If they don't hit these four numbers, they're not going to be successful.
Four numbers,
and it's 15,
okay,
9, 200, 800.
15.
The lottery doesn't go up to 200.
I know.
15, 9, 200,
Let me guess, he's
800.
number 15.
Explain.
Nola needs 15 wins.
Okay.
All right.
They need 9 less blown saves. They led the league in blown saves last year with 26. They need 9 less blown saves.
Okay.
All right.
They need 200 plus home runs, and they need 800 plus RBIs.
So let me.
If they don't reach those numbers with the pitching staff that they have, they won't win 85 games.
So
if they reach those numbers, they're winning 91 and contending for the division.
So let me jump on you with the saves. So already, Nola the other day gives us 3 1/3, 4 innings, whatever you want to call it, right? Gibson struggles the other day. Eflin struggles. So we're seeing already, TK, more of the bullpen way too early in the season.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to
What was
Nola,
it? 75 pitches in the fourth.
yeah, and Nola, who I LSU, I root for a guy who we draft, right? I'm always, when he's homegrown, I'm like, yeah, let's have at it. So I'm watching him, and this is the thing that Joey I can't get it. He gets ahead in the count, and he starts nibbling. He has an 0-2 count. He decides to throw the same high fastball to the right. Dude, just go at it.
Right. I have the same thing.
I'll have more respect for you if you go at it, as opposed to start nibbling. You're ahead in the count.
Yeah.
What are you afraid of? Yeah. Take a piss? Take the piss. You're not going to wet on your pants. Just take it.
It's a kidney stone.
Come on, man.
Sometimes it feels like a kidney stone.
Watch this. Just you're 0-2. You want to start throwing all over the plate.
You're not going to wet on your pants.
Come on, man.
Rails. Show.
Here we go.
You know what? Baseball. I have friends who go, man. I said, dude, baseball is far from boring. You have to know the science. I love it. Right? It's the game where I'm calm, but that kind of stuff, James, gets me rattled.
April,
I love pitching, Frank.
April
I love pitching.
9:31 a.m. Greatest advice I've.
Listen, Dame, you and I grew up in a different era. Okay, baseball is a very cerebral game.
Yes.
Okay, but it's a cerebral game in a instant satisfaction world we live in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, satisfy me right now.
Immediate gratification.
Yes, immediate gratification.
Matty B with some stats up there, but go ahead.
All right, baseball doesn't fit this.
Times
the people that are absorbing and buying up sports today.
Mm-hmm.
It's just lost on them. The grace of it is just lost on them.
It's a lot of it because
and you know what? The grace is lost on the guys that are playing the game now because they don't play the way they used to.
Is it the money wise though?
It has to do with money and the instant gratification of a long ball.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I mean, like you see guys like it was a mortal sin in the 70s if you struck out.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as a player.
You know, I have to say I kind of agree with Frank in this way because I was listening to the Oakland Phillies opening series, and Kruk said something. I think ball got underneath Reese's glove, and John Kruk brought up what he did to modify his glove so that webbing wouldn't be so loose. He sewed pieces of plastic, double-sided plastic, into the glove.
I heard this, but go ahead.
And it made it a little bit stiffer, but he never, ball never got underneath his webbing like that.
Right.
And it's like those kind of innovations. We talk about money, but it's the players that are like thinking outside the box of how they can kind of innovate their own. And the game itself is trying to be innovative, but the players individually aren't. And because you got these like transmitters, and they had Shane Victorino in the booth the other day, and he's like, "Oh, I would have thrown that thing out in the front row." He's like, I don't want to hear what the hell you guys are pitching. I just want to focus on what I'm doing.
Right. And I want to read and react. That's what he does. That's what he was.
Right. So it's that the game is trying to be innovative for the fans' sake, but the players aren't being innovative for their own individual success sake.
Well, I'll forever say the worst new stat in the world of sports is the quality start.
That
is the worst.
I got another one.
Launch angle.
The worst. Launch angle and quality start.
Oh, dude.
I mean, we grew up in the era of Carlton, Seaver.
Yep.
You know, I mean, guys who would throw 135, 140 pitches a game.
Like nothing.
And 6 complete, 7 complete, 8 complete games in a year, throwing 3 1-hitters, 5 2-hitters, and come back the next year after throwing 323 innings and throwing another 325.
So
those guys are gone.
We've said this in the past. Time out, Joey. We've said this in the past where pitchers nowadays can't go more than 5 innings.
Well, they're told
not to.
They're instructed by their agents.
Or they have a pitch counter. What I'm trying to say.
115 pitches is your max.
We
have to extend your career, maximize your earning capacity. 115 pitches. That's it. You stop.
I'm gonna express my ignorance in like the history because I wasn't around when these guys were pitching.
You were. You just don't remember.
Yeah, bro.
Man,
I was
Sure
like
you were,
five.
Joey.
I was like 5.
You were tight.
Joey Whittle.
But
Very little.
I would be
Watch this
4.
one. Racing.
where the velocity was the velocity on their pitches anything like it is today?
You stand in front of Nolan Ryan and tell me.
Nolan
the
Ryan.
velocity
Yeah,
was
buddy.
there.
Nolan Ryan
You
was
know,
amazing.
Absolutely.
Tom Seaver.
Tuck McGraw, who was a
Gibson.
reliever, came in. Tucky comes in, man, and he had some nice heat.
Not at the end of his career.
Not the end, but I'm saying like
he
you
had
know,
that Peggy Lee fastball. Is that all? He used to call it the Peggy Lee fastball because is that all there is?
Before we continue on with the Phils, I want to get into some of the ads we got here because I got a lot of them, so I'm going to kind of rock through them here real
Let me
quick.
drink my coffee.
Enjoy your coffee while I talk about Philly sports trips. Trip to San Diego, June 22nd through the 26th. 2 game tickets, flights, tailgate, hotel. Phillies fans' ultimate bus trip to Citi Field in New York. That ought to be a raucous time on the bus. May 28th, game tickets, charter bus, tailgate, food, beverage. Phillies fans' ultimate bus trip to Nationals Park, June 18th. Game tickets, charter bus, tailgate, food, beverage, and Dick Vermeil Hall of Fame trip, August 5th through the 7th. Flights, hotel, charter bus tickets, happy hour, and more. And for all you golfers out there, the Scotland golf trip, British Open St. Andrews, July 13th through the 19th, 2022. Head on over to phillysportstrips.com and check out all their phenomenal packages that they have going on today. Sorry, I didn't get the graphic up there, but there we are. Head on over and check out on www.cherryinjurylaw.com. Workers' compensation, motor vehicle accidents, personal injury, and criminal law. David Cherry. Check him out. He is one of the newest sponsors of the program of the network. And give him a call at 610-565-0300. And if you're looking to get some estimates for some renovations done, check out SMT Renovation. Sean Talomeo, owner and project manager. Give him a call at 609-602-0560. No job is too big or too small. Delcodelphia, wiffle ball with Phillies favorites Mickey Morandini and Kevin Stocker at Dolan's Bar.
What?
And chugging for charity. Yes, they did it last year too. Yep.
Yeah,
Last year it was Milt Thompson and
Mickey.
Morandini.
Yeah, he was both of them.
Chugging for charity with past and present Eagle greats on the same day. Fast Chugger wins 2 tickets donated by Philly Sports Trips
I'm
to
nominating
Eagles
Thomas Kelly.
Giants. I had a feeling that was coming. All proceeds to benefits the Eagles Autism Foundation. It's April 23rd. Starts at 11 a.m. There's a little birdie had told me there's going to be a couple of past and present Eagles. Maybe Jason Kelsey might be one of them.
No.
I would pay to see the
No.
I would pay to see the matchup between you and Kelsey.
I
would pay to see that.
I can't run fast. I can't throw far. I can't jump high, but I will drink the shit out of some beers. And I welcome all comers who want a piece of me in that.
And I will put the money down on the
I
bar.
know he will. He always does. He's won a lot of money on me over the years. Of course, our lineup, our weekly lineup here at Edge of Philly. You got Mondays Talking Flyers with the Broad Street Bullies podcast. Tuesday, talking some Philadelphia Union with Eric Williamson. It's a great new show here on the network. Talking Philly sports with Matty B. Recently had Tom Kelly, not this Tom Kelly, but another Tom Kelly from WIP on.
The little dude.
Wednesdays.
Completely opposite
Yes. TK3 is the
Yes.
cuz calls him.
Yes.
Philly Press Box Radio, of course. They had Bob Brookover and Keith Pompey on this past week. And on Wednesdays, Big Al and Joe Sheeran at 9:30 on the Edge of Philly Sports Show. They had Matty B and Chris Diebler on this past week, so you can go on and check those guys out. We have our draft coverage is coming. Articles pretty much almost every day coming out. Check them out. The Fighting's Final, Philly's post-game show, and obviously on Saturday mornings, you got us. And then there's the draft week coverage, starting on Thursday night at the Delco Cup, 209 Baltimore Pike, Springfield, PA, starting at 8 p.m. That's Thursday night. And then Friday night, over at Marty McGee's, my favorite watering hole, 1110 Lincoln Ave, Prospect Park. That starts at 7 p.m., April 29th. And then to round out our draft week live remote, the Red Lantern, Saturday, April 30th, starting at 1 p.m. And we're actually going to go live there. I believe our whole show is going to be doing that one over at the Red Lantern. So please check us out draft week. Check out all the amazing things we have going on here at Edge of Philly, and we will.
I think you better keep Esquire Cherry's number handy.
Yeah,
in case Howie doesn't do what he needs to do in the first round, because there's a bunch of people that are going to need a criminal lawyer.
Understood. That's quality advice.
Good defense attorney. Yes.
The cherry tree man.
So what is it too early to switch your leadoff hitters in the season? Is it too early in the season to switch leadoff hitters?
I can't stand the way he sets lineups.
I'm still trying to figure out why. I'm still trying to figure out why he sat Romuto yesterday. That blew my mind.
You know,
I can't figure out.
Fire. He was 4 for 4 the other night. Yet you sit him the next night.
I can't figure out why he sits Reese Hoskins in Game 2 of the Mets series.
Yeah, I didn't get that one either.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Because of the pitcher.
I don't care.
Pitcher.
You put him in the lineup. The pitcher's not going to stay in the game for 9 innings. You know. I mean, it makes. I know you're shrugging your shoulders, but
I'm not disagreeing.
No, I know.
It's just Joe Girardi.
I'm looking.
I'm just Joe Girardi.
I know, but
Joey's favorite manager.
But I mean, that's the kind of response you got from him, and that's not acceptable.
Even if Romuto's not catching, you can still DH him.
Frank doesn't miss a beat. You're shrugging your shoulders. No, I mean,
that's seriously. That's the kind of response that Girardi did. He kind of shrugged his shoulders.
I don't get that when managers go, well, he's 2 for 14. Listen, man, it's a new day, a new season. Let him play.
Right.
Let him have that. I'm with you.
Yeah,
especially if you had a
here. Let's think for a second. If I put a guy in there who can hit a ball 400 feet, maybe because he's had not so much success against me, I might throw to him, so I don't have to throw to the guy who hits 300 behind him.
And the other thing,
come on,
what that does is it sets a tone of fear, in my opinion.
Yes, it does.
You have to. It's a new season. It's early. It's early.
It's early.
It's right. It's
no,
early.
It's very early.
It's late in the season. Okay,
and you're scrambling for wins, and you're trying to piece together lineups.
Sure.
I totally understand.
It's way early. I just don't like the way
it's too early for that. Yeah.
Here's my deal with this, though.
April.
Here's my. Yeah, I get it's April. I understand that.
Yeah,
but if you don't win in April and you don't win in May, you ain't playing in October.
Well, there's an old saying,
and I'm saying
you don't win the World Series in April. But you
Joey,
can lose
I get it.
Going,
Yeah.
You can lose going to the World Series.
I've seen a lot of Phillies.
Here's my deal, Joey.
Here's the
deal.
April.
If you don't, like I said,
but the Phillies always have a bad April.
They do.
But these division games count now. If you don't win these games, it's going to hurt in the long run.
I don't disagree.
Hurt you in the long run.
No, Dave's right.
I have a question.
We can't beat the Marlins.
You know what I got to say about Hoskins? Take a piss. You're not going to wet your pants.
I'm just saying, Joe. You got to win these games. You got to win these division games.
You got to take a piss.
So I have to
make a drop out of that.
This question.
You need to make a selfie.
I got everybody here because I asked it to Matty B on his show the other day, and that is, I feel like this team overall is taking the Ryan Howard philosophy.
What's that?
It's either you strike out or you hit a ball over the fence.
Well, that wasn't Ryan. Ryan didn't do. He made that decision himself.
That's supposed to be Charlie.
Would you? Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Son. Come on, son.
Or Foghorn Leghorn.
Come on. Son.
Now I have a lot of
What's up, Bill?
anger in my heart at Charlie because of that. Because he turned Ryan Howard into an all fields hitter, into a dead pull hitter, and I believe it definitely affected Howard's career.
See, I mean, but do you guys believe that this is the philosophy that this team is taking for the most part?
I think we're discovering that moron on the bench is way too married to analytics.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, I watched him from afar when he was managing the Yankees. So, but
he didn't have to think when he managed.
Well, yeah. I mean, he had a great team, obviously, but you still have to go out there and produce and put these guys in position at some point. Like so when people say it's easy to manage, no, that's not true. You have to look at matchups. You have to look at those.
I understand
things.
that, but it was a hell of a lot easier with that lineup.
No, it was, but the thing about analytics, and I said this to D. Lynon last week. I said I was an A student in math, but when it comes to sports, that means nothing to me. That to me gives me a headache. I'm here to watch and see you produce. I don't care, and we'll get to it at MVP crap. But when people talk this analytics with me, it's like my eyes, I see what they're doing.
Yeah.
So
you're trying to tell me my eyes are lying.
Yeah. So I don't care about launch angles, analytics.
Yeah.
You know, just let them play.
Can you hit the ball?
Can you hit the ball?
I hate when they give that launch angle and exit velocity
that means
on the radio. You're
me.
listening to the game and he goes, "Oh, the exit velocity on that was 107 miles." Who cares?
I will take a line from Nick Castellanos. I didn't get a college degree. I don't care about all this analytic and education
I hit
garbage.
homers.
All I do is hit baseballs.
I hit baseballs. Yeah.
That's all I do.
I see the ball. I hit the ball.
Yeah. That's all I do. I will break that ball.
Straight ball I hit very much.
And so
Curveball? No,
as a
that's so
fan,
good.
Joe Boo been very, very good to me.
as
It
a
is
fan,
very
as you're
Brad
watching
to
the
drink
game,
Joe Boo's from.
You want to see these guys, and man, it's 1-2.
He got his live chicken.
He got his live chicken.
Up yours, Joe Boo.
No, but yeah, I don't get.
Joe Boo.
And the word is, I mean, Harper, man, what's up with Harper?
Yo.
Now it's
Matty
early,
B,
dude.
let me go back to this
That's
stat.
what-
I'm going to pop it
it's
back
what
up
Harper
again.
does.
Harper and Schwarber combined
Jeez.
7 for 61 with 24 strikeouts.
And it
I-
won't stay
What?
that
That's
way.
not good.
What's the percentage of that? Let me see.
It won't stay.
It's like-
But it's early, guys.
18%.
It is early. Relax.
It is early. Relax. Okay.
Oh, however,
Why do the Marlins
Can we
own them?
curve that, Joe?
Explain that to
Can we
me.
put a
Why
curve
do
on
the
it?
Miami Marlins, Florida Marlins, whoever you want to call them,
well,
We can't beat them?
they own the Phillies?
Yo,
I'm gonna tell you
Dave,
something.
They own them.
My
I'm gonna
next
tell you something.
question.
I'm sorry.
My next question. What is it? No. What is it about the Marlins? They always seem to have this team's number.
Well,
Doesn't matter what cast of characters you put out there. The Marlins just seem like they
They
have
own the
well,
no-
Phillies.
this year the Marlins have really good pitching.
Yes,
They do. They do.
And
do.
and I said this to my son earlier when we were both drooling
And
over
they're all young.
the lineup that all good pitching,
All young, too.
stops, all good hitting.
That's true.
Yep.
Good point.
And the Phillies now are facing the second team in a row that have guys who know what to do when they're throwing the pill.
So when the Phillies were playing, I think it was, I don't know if it was the A's or the first game against the Mets.
The A's.
Okay, so they would first pitch swinging. Everybody just decided the last. I think it was the last game
It's
against.
because they knew what they were going to get with that team. That team doesn't have pitching.
But then you have to go
They took
back
2
to
out of
having
3.
some patience.
yeah,
See, I grant it, good pitching. I grant it,
yeah.
but that's the beauty of the game. I'm
Yeah.
going to counter that with a little bit of patience. Certain players look for their pitch, irregardless.
Well, Reese Hoskins works a pitcher better than anybody on that team.
I'll do you one better.
And
Frank.
Jason Worth used to be a good
Yeah,
guy.
I'll do you one better, Frank, about like terms that you can do without quality start being
Oh,
that.
please lay them on me.
See, I disagree with
quality
I
at
think Segura's
bats.
better.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Quality
that's
at
what I'm talking
bats. What does that mean?
What is the quality at bat?
What does that
define?
mean?
No. Define the technical definition of what they think a quality at bat is. What is it?
I don't know. You tell me.
I think a quality at bat is when you have to obviously go up there with the game plan, right?
Run the count.
Run the count, look for your pitch, and
when the
and
batter
here-
gets on base.
And here's the other thing. Now,
Get like 8 pitches out of the pitcher, and even if you
if
don't
I
succeed, it's
can,
a quality at bat.
because now
Oh, you-
I can get him out of the game.
Even though
Yeah.
if that pitcher throws a first pitch fastball right down the plate, you should just let it go.
TK, what's wrong with Segura? What's
No.
going on with him? Do we know?
So if you know
It's
that,
early.
if you
Shoulder.
know that,
Is he
you
hurt?
and you expecting
Shoulder-
that,
he
I haven't
pulled
heard
his
of it.
shoulder out.
then you
Because
take you
Two
don't take
days
that
in
to
a row, he
go
has not been
for
in the
it.
lineup.
But
What's the
don't-
deal?
But don't
He rolled his shoulder.
look. Here's
Shoulder? Okay.
Here's the
Okay.
thing.
Sorry, I
Frank
didn't
brings
know.
up Ryan Howard. I love Ryan Howard.
Okay.
He's one of my favorite players.
He's my
But-
second
but-
favorite player of all time.
But the thing that would get me with Ryan, I'm sitting there going, Ryan, do not swing. They're not going to throw you
Curveball.
anything. This
Every
is Dame
time
sitting
without
in
seamlessness,
his couch.
You know, Damon.
curve and
Dame.
a slider.
Dame.
Yeah, don't swing. And
Dame.
every time. Boop.
His first 3 seasons,
Mhm.
you couldn't throw him that outside pitch.
Hmm?
You couldn't throw him the outside pitch because he would hit it over the left field fence.
True.
Charlie comes and says, "Hey, Pete, you don't worry about that. You just bang the ball out.
Nah,
We got
yeah,
plenty of
nah.
guys in this lineup can hit home runs. You just do your
But
thing."
he was
Pete."
the home run hitter. in
Yes,
that
I
lineup.
understand
in that
that.
lineup.
No,
He
no,
was-
what guys? They had a 40 home run hitter, 2 30 home run hitters, a 20 home run hitter,
Mhm.
and 3 guys who hit 15 home runs. There were tons of home run hitters in that lineup.
True.
They didn't need him to be a dead pull hitter. And when he became a dead pull hitter,
Mhm.
he lost his ability to hit the outside pitch.
But again, it goes back to knowing what they're going to throw. At some, if
It
I'm
didn't
Ryan
matter.
Howard,
They just they
I know, no, I'm saying that, but I'm Ryan Howard. The count is, I don't know, 2-1, whatever the count is. Knowing they're not going to throw me anything, so I just need to wait on that slider, James, because I'm just going to lay off of it.
Yeah.
I'll take the walk.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
know.
we're trying to say. That's what we're trying.
Uh-huh.
So you come up there with the game plan. These are great. We understand the pitching, man. Take that pitch.
Well,
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with the
I'll-
walk.
I'll add to what Frank's saying
There's nothing
about
wrong
Charlie.
with it.
No.
But see, Charlie didn't agree with that. Charlie thought
No.
walks were wastes.
Yep. Yep.
That's literally how he felt.
But to Frank's point, if he takes the walk and the guy's on base now, Worth who's coming behind him, Worth's going to put that ball in play.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like that. So going back to Girardi, why you listen, guys? We know who we're going up against today, right? So let's have a little patience, just a little bit.
Let's just use our heads.
That's it.
Right.
Think a
You know
little
that
bit.
thing that's on top of your shoulders.
3 feet above
So
your
it comes
ass.
but again, it's quote unquote, and Dave hates this. It's early. I know Dave hates this. It's still
It
early.
is early.
It is early.
No, if you get to the end of April
It's a marathon.
and you're
I get that.
eight games under 500,
You're in trouble.
there's the ship is leaking, and it's heading right towards the rocks.
So the next question would be, does he make it through the entire season?
Who?
Girardi?
No.
I don't know.
Not at this.
No.
Not at this.
James, what do you say? What do you think?
Not at this pace.
Well, if he continues going down this road, I don't think so. I think.
Then what do you do?
You know
Bring
what?
in an interim
He's
for
not-
the rest of the season?
First of all, he's not Dombrowski's guy.
Ooh.
Okay,
There
he
you
wasn't Dombrowski's guy when Dombrowski got hired.
That's a very excellent point.
Okay,
That is a good point.
and Dombrowski has guys in the wings that Dombrowski can bring in and go, you know what, we're going to make him our interim manager, and we'll just play this season out the way we're supposed
You know who I liked? And the
Don't say Ryan Sandberg.
No, no, he was after Sandberg.
After Sandberg.
Oh, McKinnon.
Yeah,
Pete
Pete
McCann?
Buchanan?
Pete
Pete
McCann?
McCann.
Yeah, I'll take.
I thought
Pete was a not don't mess with things guy. He just let. He
only
just, he
only
just
thing
let the
I
guys do what
just
they
like
needed
him.
to
I just
do.
like him pushing the first baseman to get Ryan out because that kid wasn't ready. I forget the kid's name. He replaced Ryan Howard at first base. He's
Was it
He's like,
Tommy Joseph?
Tommy
Tommy
Joseph. He's like, I'm trying to get Tommy
Wow,
Joseph
I
a
forgot
contract.
about
Good stuff.
Tommy
Good-
Joseph.
yeah.
Tommy
He's like, I'm trying to get
Good
Tommy
call,
Joseph.
James.
Tommy Joseph just wasn't the guy.
No,
He
no.
just wasn't the guy.
Because
Tommy Joseph.
You can tell that because he didn't catch on with anybody else.
Guys, we have no center fielder.
No, we
correct.
don't.
We
Correct.
have no center fielder.
Older Bay is coming
He
back.
has one hit in
A
eight
guy
games.
calls up yesterday.
And
Cuz
Dibble's coming back.
I know. I'm saying that.
No, it's Older Bay.
I'm saying
It's
right
Older
now
Bay.
we don't
Older
have
A guy
center
called up
fielder.
Cuz yesterday and goes Older Bay. I'm like, dude, I cringed.
It's Philadelphia. We butcher names in Philadelphia.
He said, Older
Joey,
Bay.
I feel so bad for your boy. I really do. I mean, what bad luck
All right.
could possibly go there?
Thank you, Dave. That's also a nice segue.
What
Here
was
we
that?
go.
I owe Joe and Mickey Moniak an apology.
No, but Moniak, I feel sorry for him.
Fucking took Moniak almost as long as it took you to graduate from college to get friggin' better. But he has shown up this season, and I give him a ton of
sixth
credit.
season, Moniak, maybe?
I don't
No,
know.
it's
What's
6
Joe?
years.
What's
It's
he
not
like?
6
38 now?
Oh my god!
Wow.
That's
You know what,
That's
Joe?
a backhanded
It's a
apology. I
He's a
understand.
Medicaid. He's a Medicaid.
Joe, you're terrible at this. You're terrible at this. Please do not bite the bait. Okay, he's baiting you.
Moniak?
You know,
No.
TK is baiting Joe. Don't bite it. He's fishing, Joe.
So Joe,
He wants to really win. Let it go. Let Moniak come up and play the season, and then you can cut
Scott
that
Kingery,
tuna right on the
Sherm says
dock,
Scott Kingery.
and we all get a piece of the fillet. Okay, just let it roll. Don't go down.
I don't know what happened to Frank's mic. It's weird that that just
weird.
shut down like
Shut
that.
down like that. Whatever happened to Scott Kingery?
Joey, how many more
That's my
weeks?
advice to you.
Joey, how many more weeks does he have? Do we know?
Son of a bitch.
Joey, how many more weeks does Moniak have on the injury? Do we know?
6 to 8 weeks.
16.
That sucks.
Honestly, they said it
Joe,
was 4 to
look.
6, Joe. They said it was 4 to 6.
So
not
it
6
was,
to 8.
it was 6 to
6
8 when
to
he started.
8.
I am never one to want someone to play bad to
So-
prove
so with-
a point that I'm making. So I hope that he comes back and
I would
a
really like to
fantastic
see.
year.
I want to see him play.
I want to see him
He
play too
training.
because the kid can play the outfield. We saw that last year. He can track a ball.
Well,
You know,
Mr. Herrera will be back soon. So
Oh god!
Don't do
Please
that.
don't say
Don't
that.
do that.
Don't do that,
just
Dave.
say
Older Bay
it.
will be
Just
back.
go in there.
Yeah, you know,
Well,
we were
listen,
just
I would rather have Adam Hazley back.
Adam Quinn.
Roman Quinn.
Roman Quinn.
He's back
He's in Triple A.
in Triple A.
Yeah, they
It's
re-signed
not
him.
bad
And
enough.
Eskin didn't even know that.
Yeah,
It's not bad
Mr.
enough.
Soft Call had to tell him that.
yeah.
Not bad enough. You're a Trey Young fan. Don't do that. No.
No,
Yeah,
no.
Don't
Wait,
do
hang on.
the Odubel Herrera. Like
No,
Bob Ross.
it's Older Bay, by the way.
It's Older Bay. Is that
He's
like is that the
overrated.
seasoning you
That's
put
what
on
it
your
is.
French fries? Is that the seasoning you put on Old Bay?
Old Bay might as well be Old Bay. Old Bay season.
That's right.
Oh
No, he
my
can't.
lord!
All
right.
I mean, Victorino would be, you know. It'd be,
Oh,
give
okay.
it-
They asked him to come back in the booth.
They
They asked him, "Can you go play?"
You go play.
Please. He's like, no.
Please, Shane, come back.
I'll tell you, Shane's got that tan going, guys.
All right. I'm
Aaron Rowan, I'll take.
I'm going to try and fix my Phillies
Rowan,
right now.
Rowan.
I'm going to try and fix my Phillies depression right now.
Gary Malek's around.
We got a basketball game today.
Play the song. Has it on.
Basketball, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not on Tunis's level, but I will play the song.
Play the song, baby.
Come on, man.
There we go. Let's go. 76ers playoff game this evening. I love this song.
How do you not?
I hopefully this gets Speed Racer out of my head. All right.
That's right, baby.
So let's go around the table real quick. I'm going to start with you, Mr. Scorza.
Yes, sir.
Confidence level 1 through 10 for the Sixers winning and getting out of this first round. Where do you stand? Where's your confidence level stand with this team?
That's tough. I mean, I guess I gotta say like a 7 or an 8.
Nice.
Because like since like the players are finally here, I think they'll probably hopefully get their like priorities straight. And I think I'd say a 7 or 8.
Okay, Joe Marks. Where confidence level for this team to get out of the first round? 1 through 10.
Come back to me.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Damon Salim, how about you?
10 and a half.
10 and a half.
I'll elaborate. They're going to set the tone today. They're going to smoke them. And I'm
Ooh. Davey Arnold, what do you think?
6.
Dave is a 6. Frank?
They're going to win this series 5-1. I'm a 14.
nice.
Wow.
Damn.
I'm a solid 8.
4-1.
I'm a solid 8 with
You said 5-1. You had 4-1.
I'm a solid I'm a solid 8 with where I'm standing. I actually pulled up a couple of playoff clips.
I meant to say
I got Mr. Overconfident next to me here.
I pulled up on both sides.
No,
you got a 10 and a half and a 14.
Listen, he's been dealing with issues in Dallas this week.
No.
So-
I have.
So I put a little montage.
But he was in the just
Another criminal will go in.
I put a little montage together of Sixers, Raptors playoff games.
Clement Shipping knocks down 2 in a row, and the Raiders lead only by 20 with 20 seconds to go. So Serrano making things happen for the Aces, and they trail only by 20.
Dave Yarno
Dave Yarno for 3.
Oh.
That's a brick and a half, Johnny.
Oh,
I love you, Dave.
Boom.
you're right.
Was that the quadruple doink?
That was the quadruple doink. The original.
In order for it to doink, it would have to hit something. Right?
You missed the ball.
Oh,
And
that was the solo brick.
Now, anytime we're talking basketball and you hear me prepping a clip, you know what's
It's coming.
You
I know.
threw me. I had no idea.
I
I have to say
Let's hear it.
that I am so
We didn't get,
ecstatic.
that's right. Yeah, we have to get back to
we didn't get your number yet.
Michael?
I am so ecstatic to have you guys as my brothers, because I could tell you this right now. You guys made my day, and I got a bone to pick with people out there in mainstream radio land.
Is this what you've been waiting for all day?
Let's have it, baby.
I asked Tom,
Have at it.
why are we cowards? Why all of a sudden are we freaking cowards?
My man.
Preach.
Like, listen to the people around this table.
My man.
Listen to the people around this table. These are
Say it,
real
Joey.
fans.
hell yeah.
These are people that live and die with this team, regardless of what happens. We're not afraid of any team at this point because we're here to win. So I'm tired of, we got the Raptors.
That's cute.
Listen. They're going to go back to Jurassic Park
Nice.
and do all that instinction shit that they're used to.
Wow.
But here's what I'm going to say is that my confidence level for this series is a high 10 and has always been. I wear my fandom as it is. And if I'm right or wrong, that's fine. Tom has a saying for the Eagles. It's 16-0 or 0-16. I bleed green every day.
That's right.
Amen.
In this same situation, I ride and die with this team.
Yeah.
So I am going to not cower from anybody. That's
the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
So for all those people on this network, all those people that are in mainstream radio, all those people who want to cower and doubt, don't come back around when we beat the Raptors.
Ooh.
Don't come back around. You're not allowed. You're not welcome in my house.
That's right.
No, they can come in, but they have to come in and take their beating.
Well,
they better take their shoes off.
What Joey's saying is this.
Or they better pee and not be afraid to wet their pants.
That's right. Hold on.
They better pee and not. Yeah,
I want to see Drake do
take
that.
a piss.
I'm going to wet your
Drake's
pants.
soiling himself right now.
I want to see. I'm really living to see
Oh man.
that sideline shot of Drake with a miserable look on his face.
Dude, yeah. And
'Cause I want to smash that guy's face into the hardwood.
the thing that Joey's
Tell us how you really feel there, Frank.
the thing that Joey's saying is we have the best player in the game.
Yes, we do.
Hands freaking down.
And nobody's going to give him that honor.
This is not me, the Sixer fan. This is me as a basketball fan. This dude is amazing to watch. He's grown up before our eyes. Then you bring in Harden, and I'm listening to Charles last night, and he's like, because everyone's getting on Harden because he said I don't have
No pressure.
No pressure.
He's
What he was
sleeping everybody.
saying was, I know my purpose. I know why I'm here. I'm going to ball out. The dude's been practicing, Joey. He and Embiid like 2 extra hours after practice this week. They're ready. They're tuned up. They're sharp. They're ready to go. Everyone knows their role. They're going to. By the way, when did Nick Nurse become Phil Jackson?
Seriously.
Yeah.
When did he become Phil Jackson?
First
He
of all,
became-
I'm sorry.
He became Phil Jackson on a triple doink.
No. Kawhi Leonard made him.
No. Phil Jackson shot that.
No, last time I checked, Nick
Nurse shot
did.
that, right?
I mean, listen.
If you weren't fired up before
He
this,
shows different defenses. Fine. Big fella said, I've seen it all.
Yeah.
I've seen it all.
I think Harden hadn't seen.
Here's my
Come
second,
on, man.
here's my second point about mainstream radio in this week. I had to turn it off. I had
did
to
too,
turn it
Joe.
off.
I did too. I couldn't take it.
Because people are throwing Doc underneath the bus, and I'm like, okay. So I brought this up to you, Tom, years ago when we had Brett Brown, and you said I want Brett Brown out of here, and I was stuck up for Brett. And what was the question I asked you? I said,
who would you rather? Who are you going to put in his place?
right. So okay, same question applies. We're gonna get rid of Doc and bring in who?
Don't tell me D'Antoni.
No,
No,
are
that's
we
what's
gonna
gonna
bring in?
happen.
Hold on.
Are we
Hold
gonna
on.
bring in like Adelman or George Karl?
So, all right.
George Karl.
Let's say
His son coaches the
everybody's
That would be fun,
confidence.
though.
His son coaches the
Say
Brooklyn.
everybody's confidence gets shattered and this team loses in the first round. What are you going to do with Doc then? You
Can
keeping
somebody
him
turn
again?
his mic off?
Nah, I
Nah,
can't go there.
I got the
And
control.
that's what they've been saying all week. I can't listen, man. I can't.
Are you not entertaining it because you need to see what
I'm
happens?
not entertaining
can't
that
even
thought.
because
I
it-
can't
listen,
entertain
I
that
keep
thought.
hearing Doc has his bags packed. I don't know. Maybe it's me.
something happened last year,
I can't.
and I
even
get it
entertain
on
that thought.
Father's Day. Everyone's haunted by that. I understand that.
Yeah.
I get that.
With that 3-1.
No,
that wasn't Doc.
no. When we lost this on Father's Day,
To Atlanta.
when the dude
Right.
decided not to shoot the ball
Okay.
in the fourth quarter for 4 straight playoff games, is that Doc Rivers' fault?
No disrespect.
Is that Doc Rivers' fault?
Now, no disrespect.
No, it's not.
No disrespect. On this Wednesday on Edge of Philly Sports, there was a guy that came from Party on Broad. No disrespect to you, but you literally said it was Doc's fault we lost that series.
Mhm.
Last time I checked, just like Dame said, I didn't see Doc pass up a layup. I didn't see that.
Wide open.
I'm
like
just
that.
saying. I
Wide
didn't see
open.
him get on his sneakers, get on his shorts, and pass up a layup.
A wide open one.
That was the guy we sold down to the Brooklyn Bridge to buy it down there. So no.
All right.
And rumors they're not happy with him
Doc
right now.
Rivers is one of 10 coaches all time to have 1,000 regular season wins.
And he's a champion. Say, I don't care how
Right.
long ago it was. He's
So,
a champion.
but here's the thing. So who are you going to replace him with? Some blip on the radar that's not going to do a damn thing. Listen,
Sammy
2-5
Sammy could do it.
2-5 is out of the reach of targets for people to bitch at. So who's left?
Cassell's
Tobias Harris, Doc Rivers. Those guys need to get the strain and the target put on them. No, to hell with that. Like Tobias doesn't have to play like a 3 or a 4. He just needs to be a role player and a defender. Doc doesn't need to reinvent the wheel. He just needs not to try and break the wheel.
Hey, Joe, let me ask you a question. Doc Rivers and the Sixers get bounced out in the first round, and Jay Wright shows interest in coaching this team. Would you be interested in possibly having Jay Wright coach the 76ers next year?
We've had the
The
conversation.
only way that happens if you give him part ownership of the team, and I still think he would turn it
Yeah,
down.
he'll never leave.
He's not leaving that.
Okay.
Here's what people have to realize.
And it's a different level, like you said.
Man,
Right. I just wanted to give you a name because you were asking for a name.
No, but
Man walks on water in Villanova.
Here's why I can't
Yeah,
even
he
entertain.
does.
Here's why I can't even entertain that. I know he's a good player.
College too.
The man walks on water in Villanova. You kidding me?
Exactly. I know he's a good player, but something about Siakam, I'm not buying. I'm sorry. I know he dropped 36 on us, but something about
I'm telling you right now.
So you're saying this 3 out of 4 don't mean nothing to you?
Listen, no. Here's the deal, man.
I'm just asking.
Tyrese Maxey played in the playoffs last year, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tyrese Maxey grew up right before our eyes, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Start.
Doc Rivers can coach triple circles around me. He already knows I'm going to switch up the pace. When Harden's not in the game and he's in the game, I'm putting the ball in that kid's hand to get the pace going, to push the ball. He's been preaching that. He's been talking about it. He also said, Joe, I've been putting in plays prior to the week off to get us ready for the playoffs.
Okay.
They have when we lost to Toronto, he didn't show Nick Nurse a damn thing. Nothing. I'm not showing you my hand because he already knew.
But
Do you
go 7 or 8 deep is my question.
Do you advance?
I'm going to go 12 if I have to win the game, but I'm not going to have to because I already know what I'm implementing. Go ahead.
This is the thing. Do you advance in the playoffs by losing a regular season game?
No.
So why does that matter?
Because everyone's stuck on last year, and Doc's in his 3-1 losses. Oh, by the way, the Clippers lost again last night, and that team quit on Doc Rivers. Okay, that team with Kawhi
I guess that's Doc's
quit on
fault.
him, and it's Doc's fault.
It's
because
Doc's fault.
They couldn't win a play-in game. So listen, the bottom line is this: you have the best player in the game. You brought Harden in for a reason. Unless I'm a check, Harden was still putting up triple doubles.
Last time I checked, Allen Iverson's bitch boy Tyronn Lue's coaching the Clippers.
Yeah, and the other thing is when people say, "Oh, Harden," yeah, he admitted, yes, I'm struggling, but the dude is smart and savvy enough to know what he has to do to help this team win. I cannot. We're gonna smoke. We're gonna smoke.
I hear what you're saying, and I'm with you. But here's the thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's the thing.
Bring it.
I'm bringing it today. Their bench is better than ours.
Okay.
And that's going to hurt us in the long run. That's how I feel about it.
So their bench is better. Who's on their bench? That scares you. Trent Jr. I'm worried about him. If I got to worry about Gary Trent Jr., I shouldn't even watch the game tonight.
Yeah,
okay. I shouldn't even watch the game tonight.
Dave, if you're thinking,
come on, man.
If you're thinking the bench is going to win this series, then there's way more wrong with the Sixers than we think.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And I'm telling you right now, one of my favorite lines from New Jack City. Harden's been playing rockabye baby with the league.
Rockabye baby.
Yep.
He's
going to put them all to sleep.
You think?
I think so.
Yeah. It's going to be a free throw fest.
I think the last 5-6 games of the season, he has definitely geared it down. He is not playing the way he was. He was working on passing. Look at his assist levels in the last 7 games. What was his assist in the last 7 games?
12 to 15.
12, right. At least 12 to 15.
Okay,
Easy.
so what he's doing is, as far as I'm concerned, they were running playoff kind of schemes against teams that they know they're not going to meet. But he's looking for guys in the open spot when he knows those situations are going to present themselves, and he's going to shoot when he wants to.
So the regular season doesn't mean anything.
No.
Go 3 out of 4.
And by the way. But you got to figure that guys was missing. Here's the other thing.
What's up, Rob?
He and Embiid,
Morning, Rob.
since he arrived, are the best duo in terms of
the best starting 5. The best offense.
Our starting 5 is better than theirs. I'm not denying that.
Okay.
You're right. I'm just saying they have a better bench than we do. That's
perhaps they may.
Yeah, it's not. If that becomes
playoff
a factor,
comes down to
we got
the
way
bench.
bigger problems.
Yeah.
Right.
So we got way bigger problems.
Does big fellow, as you call him,
Big fella's going to get robbed.
Does he play 32 minutes, 33 minutes? What's he going to do?
He's going to play 40.
He's going to play 40.
He's going to play 40. They're all going to play 40.
That's a lot of minutes.
Why? It's the playoffs.
I get it.
It's a
It's still a lot of minutes going.
Dude, they're only going to have to go 7, 8 on the bench.
My bench again, I shouldn't even.
Does Big Paul see the field?
Big Paul,
of course, Paul Reed's going to play.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why he didn't play him against Toronto.
And let me be clear. I heard, this guy that Doc got on this reporter about Paul Reed. And Doc, yeah, okay, he can sound a little condescending.
A little?
But here's the thing.
I get it. I like it. Philly,
I don't want my coach to do that.
Philly needs that sometimes.
He educates these reporters that think they know more.
Exactly. That's why I don't
than
mind
anybody else. And here's my feeling. When Doc said what he said, it made sense. It made perfect sense. But then why ask the question? Why?
Because he has a job to do. He has to ask the question.
You can ask a better question.
Well, I mean, but that might not be what he was writing
So
about.
Doc's playoff history means
You know,
nothing in this series.
look,
Same.
Well, I don't mind.
If I ask a shitty question,
I don't mind if you know more.
You
Champion,
get a
dude.
stupid answer.
He's a champion,
So-
dude.
There's no such
So
thing as a
Doc's
stupid
playoff
question.
history means nothing
He's
in
a
this series.
champion,
is what you're
dude.
saying.
He's a champion.
We've gone down this road
Okay.
plenty of times.
He's a champion.
Of course, the history.
Yeah, with that
matters.
team, you could have been a champion too.
Not everybody
But,
wins with them.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course,
Look at the Clippers.
history matters. But the problem is, you also have a roster
Mhm.
and talent on this team that's not afraid of the moment.
Right.
Yeah. No,
That's different than what it was. That's a lot different. than what
Time
it
will
was.
tell, Joey. We'll see.
And
Are we gonna miss Thibault in those games?
See,
3
I
and
think
4?
that hurts you too. That I was just going down that road. Thank you.
that hurts
Well-
a little, but I don't think it's.
I
gonna
was
Well,
gonna
here's the
say
deal.
that.
No, it's a legitimate question. So here's the deal. You go up 2-0,
You hope.
right? Hope.
Take 1 or 2.
They're going to set the tone. Dave, I'm telling you, they're going to set the tone for this series
Dave,
tonight.
Or-
Tonight,
I
they
hope
will
you're right.
set
I'm not
the
saying you're wrong.
tone.
I just see a split.
And the
I see
reason
a
why-
split at home.
Dave, does
Wow.
Toronto have stars
do.
on their uniform or something?
I'm just saying.
How? How?
I mean, you sound like an advocate for the Raptors.
No, I'm not. I'm just.
This is what I've been hearing
No,
all
that's
week.
fair. No, that's
This is
fair.
what I've been hearing all week.
What is that's fair.
This is what I've been hearing.
So I'm
And
asking
I'm
a
not
question.
going to
I
hear
just
it in my
think- I
house.
just
So,
think my- I just
I'm
think-
answering your Ben. I'm
I
answering
see
your
a
Ben's
split.
question.
That's all I see.
I'm answering your Ben's question. These guys can all attest. Everyone in here, we watch sports. There's always a game or two when one guy comes off the bench who gets that
fires
right.
it up.
Yeah.
So I see one in Shake because Shake's quietly as it's kept. Shake's been playing some.
Yeah, he's playing.
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yes.
I was at the Pistons game. I know it was the Pistons. I know Shake has been back
Give me
to Shake
16.
form.
Well, you got to remember, the Pistons beat us. So
The
they're
Pistons
not
beat us.
terrible.
So when the Sixers go back, then I've been saying this to you guys. I said to Cuz yesterday. All the Sixers have to do, Dave, is continue to move the ball. When they move the ball, no one can beat them.
Okay.
When they move the ball, they're unstoppable. When they move the ball, their
So-
defense is even better. Now, here's the other thing. Now, if you notice, Joe knows this. He was taking the ball out of Harden's hands and getting it to Maxey in the past few games. Why? He wanted to push the ball up a little bit. Now, here's where Harden comes into our favor on the half court game in the playoffs. We all know playoffs is half court.
Yep.
Harden's a master with that, right? He a big fella. So now you know Phil Jackson Nurse is going to collapse on big fella. All he's going to do is push it out. Tobias hit your shot. Boom. Maxey hit your shot. And Maxey's been turning it up in the fourth quarter. So to your point, how do they stop that? How does that bench stop that?
That's the thing. Is Nick Nurse
That'll
said
be tough.
something in the press
Exactly.
conference the other day. He's like, our transition offense will reign supreme. And I go,
Yeah.
do you understand that transition offense minimizes in the playoffs?
That's right.
I'm like, so good luck with that.
Both defense and offense. So your transition
No.
game minimizes about
Exactly.
50%.
Yeah.
And,
I would
and
say.
it gets me.
I read it.
You got people
I read
saying that we're going to lose
No
to the
comment on that.
Raptors. Charles Barkley goes, Harden, it's all on you. Okay.
Next question.
It may be all on him.
Yeah.
And guess what? I think he's ready for the test. I'm not. This is not me. I'm honestly, man. I'm not worried about no Toronto.
Thibault,
man.
games 3 and 4. What do you start, Danny Green in his
No, it's
place?
Danny Green starting
Danny Green.
You have
tonight.
to.
He's going to continue to
You
start
have
him.
to.
You
You
have
have
to
to. You have to
because
start. You have to start Danny Green the whole series.
They got to start the
Yeah.
whole series.
Yeah.
You know, but to counter that,
I hate it, but
You can bring in. I mean, Paul Reed
Yeah,
is
but
going to
Danny
get
Green's
some.
got that
Would-
playoff.
Would
yeah,
you literally
what's the
put
word before?
DeAndre as your 3 and Reed as your 2 as backup for the big man?
playoff history or playoff experience?
Nah, I'm not doing that.
Why?
no.
Just because of DeAndre Jordan's playoff
He's not-
experience?
He's not moving the same.
The last time DeAndre Jordan was in the playoffs,
He's not
Paul
moving the
Reed
same.
was 17.
I'd rather do Millsap and Reed.
I'll do Millsap.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And here's the thing.
DeAndre
now,
moves like an oak tree.
what I would
Not
do,
really well.
I would now.
DeAndre
Last
give me
I
the top
checked,
rack.
Van Vliet was out as of yesterday. I don't know if
Yeah.
that changes today.
No, it hasn't.
He's out.
That's what it said on my ESPN app. He
Well,
was
Wow,
out.
they were saying he was in 2 days ago.
But
What
that,
happened?
Van Vliet is out, but OG Anunoby could be out too.
What?
Yeah.
yeah, again, it may change. By
Obi-Wan
three-
Kenobi.
you'll know by 4 o'clock today.
You'll
for
know
sure.
by 4.
Yeah.
At the latest, you'll know by 4.
What's tip off tonight? 6.
6 o'clock. Real
6 o'clock.
oddball tip off.
6 o'clock. I just think that everyone's overreacting because of what happened
I don't
last
think it's
year.
overreacting. I just think it's a bad matchup.
So
for
let
the
me ask you.
Sixers.
So
That's all I'm saying.
why? How?
Only
I'm just saying
if-
because you lost 3 out of 4 to them.
Okay,
And
They're
I
not
regular
gonna beat
season.
him without
Regular season.
I feel,
Harden.
and I said to you,
Right.
I said to you before, I think Chicago would have been a better fit for them. But
Oh no, you're absolutely right. It would have been a better first round fit for the Sixers to play Chicago.
I'm
However,
not scared of anybody.
No, neither am I.
Neither
And,
am I.
and I'll tell you
Neither am
why.
I. Why?
And Joe just made the statement. Where Toronto beat the Sixers this year is in transition.
Mhm.
Every game they beat them in
And
the transition
rebounding.
game.
We're not a good rebounder.
No,
team. I can admit that.
But they beat us in transition because our transition defense is really not good.
No.
And their transition offense is great. But that disappears tonight. There is no transition game.
So, Frank,
hope
when the
you're right.
Sixers move the ball, it helps all of that.
It's an ocean of space out there. When the Sixers move the ball, it's literally a Pacific Ocean of space. It's like they will not be able to defend the weak side of the offense if the Sixers move the ball the way they do, because everybody's going to be collapsing on Harden and Joe. The whole weak side is going to be wide open.
Oh, Maxey
It's going to be
Maxey gets hot.
It's
and,
going to be
yeah.
cut and slash or hit the three.
Right.
That's exactly what it's going to be.
Okay.
And
The
if they make
minivan
a
is
shot-
tuned up.
Look,
It's got new tires.
If Danny
Got an
Green,
oil change.
if Danny Green,
Danny
if Danny
Green
Green can get us, if Danny Green can get us 9 points a game,
That's all you need. And his defense.
and his defense, if Danny Green can get us 9 points a game, which I'm doubting because I can't stand Danny
You're not a
Green.
Danny Green
No,
guy.
I'm not a Danny Green guy.
Danny's been playing well the past
I
couple
can't
games.
stand Danny
I
Green.
know, but he's been
Danny
playing
Green.
well. You know what I'm saying?
I get a little aggressive.
I know. I hear you.
You don't watch the greenhouse room, do you?
Aggressive,
I don't like
aggressive, aggressive
aggressive
hatred.
on my shoulders. You shucking your shoulders? What are you doing? What are you doing over there?
This isn't his shoulder. This is a jerk. This is yeah, they need
Whoa.
9 points from Danny Green.
Okay.
Mhm.
They need probably 6 to 8 points from George
Niang.
Niang.
Does Korkmaz see the fit?
They
see the court?
need
Nah.
No.
they
No.
need
Okay.
they need Shake Milton to score probably 6 to 8 points.
Okay.
And if that happens, it doesn't matter what the other guys
I take
do. They're
that back,
gonna win.
Dave. You will see Korkmaz tonight because we're going to blow him out.
Oh, Korkmaz will come off the bench.
Tonight when
If
we're
a
up.
garbage time.
When we're up.
He'll
You'll see him.
get playoff experience, yeah. Because
Yeah, get a
I think
few
you're right.
minutes.
I think they're going to be. up.
They're
Like
setting a
rabbits on a
tone. They're mad. But and the big
And
fellas-
every
I hope they're
analyst-
mad.
And
I
every
really hope they're
analyst
mad.
that I've
Yeah.
heard, every analyst is picking the Raptors.
Good.
I
I
love
love
it.
that.
I listened to Mike's show this week.
No
Mike,
one likes us.
Mike
We
did a-
don't care.
Mike did a show. It was all on Sixers on Wednesday, and cause I felt like I was on an island because everyone was saying the Sixers, but and I'm like, what are y'all looking at? You know, and to your point, I get it, Doc's playoff history, but last year just was crazy, man. I believe that guy quit on us. I believe that guy's deliberate in his actions. And they're even talking about letting him play against the Nets.
And a
I didn't get
three,
the
a 4, and a 5.
I didn't get the bed report yet, guys.
No,
I
go ahead,
I was going there.
By all means,
The
go
bad
ahead.
report.
No,
The
go
bad
ahead.
And
report.
I'm like, you're gonna let the guy with the Green Hornet outfit on, with the shorts and jacket.
Oh my god.
That was the
That
Green
was a
Hornets.
killer outfit,
Oh,
though.
that was
You,
the
though.
Green Hornets grade school outfit.
I thought it was
Let
Green
me
Lantern.
explain something to you. The Nets are playing a playing game,
Yes.
and they're talking about Ben Simmons.
Coming from somebody over there who didn't say that that's really going to make the playoffs. Yes, they're in there, Joey.
No, so here's
The
the
seventh
thing.
round. Thank you very much.
Here's the thing.
That's gonna be
The,
the game tomorrow.
the playing game. They're not talking about Ben's game. They're talking
There's-
about that he's wearing lambskin
Yeah.
outfit.
He looked
Yeah.
Oh wait, are we?
Lambskin
Wait a minute. Are we getting the Ben report? Because I got a new intro video
Oh,
for the
yes,
Ben
please.
report.
Shipping knocks down 2 in a row, and the Raiders lead only by 20 with 20 seconds to go. So Serrano making things happen for the Aces, and they trail only by 20.
Dave, you're on.
Dave, you're on for 3.
No,
You
he
think
shot.
Dave would have?
So-
You think Dave would have passed up that layup?
I'm literally
You think
crying.
Dave would have passed up that layup? I don't think so.
Listen,
Come
he
on,
shot.
James.
That's the best Ben Simmons highlight ever.
You guys stole my Ben report, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
No.
3,
no.
4,
No,
and
listen.
5.
No, I said
You're
Ben.
gonna put him in when the series
I said
matters.
Ben's looking to come back game 4
Exactly. He
And the
hasn't played-
series
He
matters.
hasn't played since Father's Day.
I put him
last
in,
year.
Yeah, that's
Hang
what I'm
on,
saying.
Dave. I would reverse it.
I was
put him-
reading today that he's not going to play at all in the first round.
I heard
Really?
3, 4,
Yeah.
or 5.
I heard 4 or
possible.
5
It goes
6.
back and forth. If they get out, that's going to
But
be.
here's
game
the thing
tomorrow,
that I'm
man. That's
saying.
gonna be
I'd
a
rather
game.
put him in games 1, 2, or 3 because the series is not on the line at that point.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
True.
No,
True.
and
No,
listen,
please play him in 3, 4, and 5.
Let's look at this. Let's break this down. I think would I want us to be number 1? Yeah, but I think this is the best matchup to start. If you go back to last year, the Wizards we kind of blew over. We took the Hawks for granted. Right?
Who just made it yesterday?
Yeah,
Not
that's
the eighth
and-
seed.
Yeah, they're
and
not
that's
the
because
same
that's
team.
because
They got-
Cleveland all they had to do was double team.
This
that-
isn't
that-
the same team.
What are you clapping over there for?
Uh-oh.
I wouldn't disrespect the Hawks. You never know, man.
It's new rules this year.
We played the Hawks.
Trey can't.
Don't tell me you're afraid of the Hawks.
No, I'm just saying, like, they get the Heat the first round.
He's not going to be able to jump into you and shoot like he did last year.
I'm just saying.
We win the series,
hear me out.
and the Hawks somehow upset the
Let
Heat,
that
and we played.
Right.
Let
And we
that weasel come
we
back
would
into the
smack
world.
the Hawks.
Well, I'm just saying.
We would smack the. I would love that.
Damon.
Let the
Damon.
weasel come back.
Hey, Damon.
I'm just saying they might give the Heat some trouble. I'm not
Damon,
saying
when we're done today, you
Yes,
and I,
sir.
you and I are going to go to the ASPCA, and we're going to save a puppy, and we're going to bring it to Dave's house because Dave is scared.
I think
he
Dave's a
needs
little
to get
nervous.
dog.
Puppy, if you're scared,
Dave's
a little nervous.
dog.
So he needs to get a dog.
I have a cat. I don't need a dog.
Dave's a little. Listen. I hear people. I'm with Joey, man. I've been listening all week. I'm like, whoa. I listen.
People
to
are
Cuz.
so scared.
I did just listen to Cuz because everybody was ticking me off.
This is Philly. We don't get scared.
It's from
Why-
last.
why
We
It's
just
from
get
last
our
year.
hearts crushed. We
Why
don't
are
get
we-
scared.
Why
We
are
just
we
get crushed.
running? Why are we running from teams before
Yeah.
we even play?
It's a
Raptors.
Philly.
And Nick Nurse is a great coach. Listen, he won a championship, granted. But,
No,
I mean,
Kawhi Leonard won the championship.
he comes up with these defenses. Okay, he does
for him.
he does his zone. He
That's
throws
like
in
saying-
different zones.
That's like saying Eric Spoelstra is a good
Did
coach.
you see Trey put up 37 last night?
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, he was hot, wasn't he?
Yo,
I watched it.
is
I watched it. But guess what?
is the big fella going to get robbed?
And they were down 10.5 too.
Unfortunately, listening to Cuz yesterday, and I come to the conclusion that these people don't watch all of the games. Right? The Doris Burks and the guys, and women and guys, right?
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
Is Joe going to get robbed?
And it's sad because he is fantastic, like unbelievable to watch. Where you're watching this guy, I call him a center guard.
Yeah.
He's literally a center guard.
He is.
He's a center, but his moves are like a guard.
Yeah, he is very fluid.
And that
Incredibly fluid.
free throw,
Yeah.
that shot, the free throw, that's a layup.
Yeah, for him it is.
So for people to don't give me Jokic scores the most points and assists and okay, fine, Jokic, but I watched you go up against the big fella. Allah called it out. He was winded by the end of the third quarter because he couldn't hang with them.
Did they do MVP? I don't know.
No, but
they vote on that at the end of the.
Yeah,
end of the
Jalen
regular
Rose
season. We won't
voted
know
for
yet.
Jalen Rose.
Yeah.
Apparently,
They've already voted on
The
it.
season's over.
Yeah, but they already
but
voted
these
on
people
It
that are
hasn't.
voting are not watching.
Okay.
They're
No.
going off analytics.
Yep.
If you watch the game,
I mean, is it most likely Jokic is going to win this? Is that what we're saying?
it. It's what it looks like.
congratulations to big fella for winning the scoring title. Just go
Yeah,
get the MVP
yeah, he
in the
did.
championship, man.
I'm saying,
Get-
but
First
that
time
MVP.
since
I'm saying,
Shaquille
I guess
O'Neal.
my question is Giannis and say Booker still in the running, or does it matter? Or
Yeah, it's Giannis and the joke.
because Booker
I
stepped
don't
up.
wanna
Booker's
gloss
been
over
stepping
that.
up, and you know that.
Damn, I don't want to gloss over that. First time a center's won the
I
scoring
agree
title
with you.
since Shaquille O'Neal.
I agree with you. And Moses.
Yeah.
And Moses. I mean,
That's
listen,
not a small feat.
And I'm
that's
saying,
not a small
I'm not
feat.
saying Joel doesn't deserve
Oh, no,
it.
by the way, the guy.
I don't think he has small feet.
the guy.
Heyo.
the guy had to carry the team when the
without the number
Key
two
Cog
player.
bailed on him.
Right.
Jokic,
Carried a piano on his
and
back.
by the
in
way,
50 games.
Jokic doesn't play any defense.
Yeah,
Frank plays better defense than Jokic, and Frank knows what I'm talking about.
I don't
He
play.
does.
He doesn't know how to pronounce defense.
Yeah, come on, man.
But I would say
You
that
can't. The guy's the best player in the game.
I understand that, and he is the best player in the game. I
But
don't doubt about that.
you're gonna come on.
No,
give it to me.
no,
Give
no,
it to
no,
me.
no. I love it. I'm just saying. I'm just gonna say. I don't know.
You want to give to Jokic?
No.
No. You
I
say
think, no, I think Devontae Booker deserves it, to be honest.
Why?
Because he's playing out of his mind.
Why?
I think
Not Devontae
Devin Booker
Booker,
should
it's
get it.
Devin Booker.
I think
You don't even know the guy's name that you want to win the
I
goddamn
think
award.
Devontae- I meant Devin. I'm sorry.
I know. I'm busting it. I'm just kidding with
I'm
you.
talking about when I talk about
I meant Devin. Sorry.
when I'm talking about MVP, right?
The guy's playing out. He's playing really well.
And let me say this: I wasn't
He's
a fan.
also got Chris Paul.
True.
I'm talking about this guy. I've seen the guy miss a shot, run down court and block a shot.
I want Joel to win. I do.
No, but why Devin Booker, man? What is it?
Hold on. So I got it. I
don't get it.
This. I can't let this
Oh
slide.
no.
I can't let this
I
slide.
Devin Booker's a good
He's the
player.
best player in the
Because
game, man.
here's the thing, Dave. You're talking out both sides of your
Yeah, it
mouth.
sound like the people on the radio this week.
That's what I'm about to
What
say.
do you mean?
Yeah.
You sound like you're one of these mainstream radio people that talk out of
Why
both
am I-
sides of their mouth.
How?
Because you sit here and say, well, yeah, I agree. Joel is the best player, but don't you think Devin Booker should win
I'm just
it?
saying Devin Booker's been
Don't
playing
you
really
think-
well.
Right. But the best
All right.
player in the NBA is Joel Embiid.
All right.
There's no question. There's no
It's
debate.
not an argument as far as
Scored
No,
41
there
and
isn't
double
an
digits
argument.
rebounds 13 times, the most in a season. the most out of anyone in the season.
Then I want to go into the fact that I agree with Frank in the sense that when we're talking about the Raptors Sixers series, you seem like you're more in Toronto's favor than you are with the Sixers. And your confidence level was,
I said 6.
Yeah. But I mean, here's my feeling is why are you so why are you
I look at the regular season 3 out of 4. That's what I look at.
But
it doesn't equate.
Well, Joe, that's a subjective.
I understand.
It's a subjective thing. If that's his opinion, that's his opinion.
No, that's his feelings. It's valid. His feelings are valid.
And with the last couple of years, it is it's a little different in the playoffs the last couple of years. In 2019, you had a really good shot. You had the quadruple doink, and that's what kind of bumped you. But the last 2 years, they haven't really given you anything to be confident about. And everybody in the back of your mind, I don't care who you are, you know what Harden does in the playoffs.
Okay, fair. Here's where I counter with that. 2 things. Big fella has grown up. He's way more mature.
Yes, true. Very true.
Okay, that's 1. 2, Harden has never played with a guy like this.
Never.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
So when we got Harden, I said this on the show. I said, you have to give it those 20 games. To me, that's still not enough, but give us the 20 games.
Right.
Now you had a week off to practice. Now you know where Tobias is going to be. You know where Maxi's going to be. You know where Big Fella's going to be, right? And now we have Danny Green, obviously, in the starting lineup, so you know where he's going to be. And Danny Green, Frank, I get you, but he can still hit that corner 3. Now, here's what I don't want Danny Green to do. I don't want him dribbling to the paint because he can't make the shot.
Right.
Danny, play your role, stay in the corner. The extra pass will get you, boom, knock
Stay outside that line.
Put Danny in the corner. Don't worry about
That's
baby.
it.
Put
Nobody
Danny
puts Danny
in the corner.
Now, when I have Harden off the ball, rebound, Maxi's pushing it. We didn't have that, TK.
That's true.
Because we had that 25 dude rebound, pushed it and stopping.
So I'm going to go the inverse.
Well, he became the invisible
I'm
man.
going to go the inverse of Tom towards you, Dave. So what if the Sixers beat the brakes off the Raptors?
That's great. Let's go.
But does that raise your level for the next opponent?
It depends who it is.
But are you going to be afraid of
That's
those
It's going
guys?
to be Miami.
That's good.
It'd be Miami. No,
Are you going to be?
I'm more afraid of Toronto than I am Miami. To be honest with you.
But I mean, are you going to be afraid of any opponent that comes up our way?
But Toronto
Not
just
until you get to Brooklyn.
gives me concerns. That's all.
Okay,
Because I lost
on their bench.
The only reason, not even that, but just because I lost to them 3 out of 4 this season, and that means a lot. To me, it does. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's the way I look at
So
it.
The only team I worry
Joey,
about.
I want them to win. I want the Sixers to go to the finals.
No, I believe you.
That's great. Believe me, I do. Don't get me wrong. I just saying this series scares me.
No, and your feelings are
Because
real.
Toronto is a good team. They run the floor. They're good.
And they're long. But,
right, very. Thank you.
So your feelings about. I'm not being. I'm just asking.
That's why.
I'm just saying.
That's why I jumped in. I said because it's subjective, and he's allowed to have.
I'm not saying. Joey, I know you're not scared. I know you're. I get it. But I'm just saying, at this point, I just think Toronto's a bad matchup for the Sixers.
Okay.
Chicago would have been a lot better.
So my other question to you would be then, when you look at Toronto, we know we have on paper the best.
Siakam scares me. I gotta be honest.
And why?
Because he's good.
Okay.
He's a good player. And
he's also 6'9".
Beats that off the when Beats.
There's
off the
no
floor,
one over
takes
7
over.
foot on that team.
Mm-hmm.
There's no one. There's no one that's going to guard, be able to hold Embiid down.
So you expect him to drop another 36 on us, Siakam?
In one of the series, and then one of the games, he will. I'm sure.
He might have one game.
Might have 1 or 2
He might go off.
He's not going to do it in a series.
It ain't happening tonight.
Nah, Damon's supremely confident
It ain't
tonight.
happening tonight.
I can't wait to see our group text tonight.
It ain't happening tonight.
I want to see the Pat Ave group text tonight.
Here's the problem with the Sixers, and I'm gonna tell you in the nut, it's been happening. They get these leads and they blow the leads because they go to
they've
individual.
done that in the past
Because they go one-on-one ball.
Okay.
If Doc instills that in these guys, you have to continue. I don't care if every team gets a run. We watched it last night. Cleveland was up.
NBA is all about
basketball is about runs.
Right. So what you have to do, the great teams learn to sustain the runs. So in order to sustain that run, you have to stick with your plan. Move the ball. Just stick with that. And you're going to win.
Dave's getting roasted on the text board in studio. Dave, you're a trooper.
It's all good.
And I appreciate you.
What'd they say about you, Dave?
They're
You're my
knocking me
guy.
down.
You sound like a New York radio market
I
guy.
respect your feelings, man. Those are valid.
No, absolutely.
Those are valid.
Sounds like a friend of Steven.
Oh no!
Okay.
Oh,
No, please don't bring that name up. I don't want to see this one over here get all nuts.
I have a friend. This is my buddy Derek, and I love him. We grew up together. You know, we went to high school. It's my dog. But he sold his soul when he told me he was a Detroit Pistons fan with Isaiah and those guys. Then he
Bad
became
boys.
he's a LeBron James fan. He became a Miami. So I said
He's
to
a
him,
quitter too.
yeah, I said to him, I said, I can't talk to you right now because your guy's not in the playoffs. I don't talk to people whose teams aren't in the playoffs. That's a rule. Regular
You have
season,
to be this tall
Yeah.
to be in the playoffs.
yeah, and that's a rule. Regular season so he texts me, he goes, you guys gonna get bounced in the first round. I didn't respond. I just archived it. It's in my archive. And I'm just
So you wouldn't have talked to Dave during many football seasons over the last 20 years. Then.
No, I can't talk to you if you're not in the playoffs. Because you're not in the playoffs. There's no conversation.
That's true.
There's no, off season.
Maybe that's why Dave is so jaded because he's used to his Cowboys failing in the
Oh.
playoffs. He's worried
Oh,
about-
Joey, stop.
I'm just saying.
Don't go
Maybe
there.
you're just jaded. Just jaded.
No, his feelings are valid.
Joey.
Man. Those are valid. I just
I'm
feel.
not even gonna reply.
I just-
I'm not even replying.
I just feel strong.
No, I mean, listen.
I just feel
I'm-
strong.
It's hard to
And
reply
guess
to
what,
the truth.
I
And guess
understand.
what?
No, it's not hard to reply to the truth. No,
And when
nothing
we
is
win-
the truth. But
And
go
when,
ahead.
and when we win, Dave,
I
my man.
understand your feelings with the Sixers in
that's
some
right. We
ways,
need this. We need that.
but I have to ride with
There-
this team the way I've rode this team.
There's got to
the
be
whole
there's
season.
got to be a reality check, and Dave's giving it right now
And that's
because
fine.
It's valid.
because
That's fine.
and I don't care in the like supremely confident and with the 10.5s and the 14s out of
And the Pistons
in the back of your mind, you know what's happened the last 2 years.
That's valid.
But in the front of your mind, you know what we have compared this year compared to what we had those last 2 years. So I am in the middle of where you
Yeah, where do you stand? Yeah.
you supremely I'm an 8.
You just
6, 10, I'm right in the middle. Well, 14, Frank's Frank,
Right.
but I'm sitting at 8
I just was
because
gonna kick the crap out of
because,
the team.
wait,
because
she
I
got
got
14 with his
I got
handicap.
Damon
Yeah.
and Dave on my shoulder, right? And
Mhm.
Damon's leaning in. He's like, Tom, they're gonna rip the roof off of the center tonight. And then Dave's like, they are, but you know what's happened the last 2 years. That Harden hasn't been playing Harden. Like I do like the fact that you think that Frank said that he cranked it way down these last half dozen games at least.
Rockabye, baby.
Right. So I'm sitting there and I got you both on my shoulders and you're making good points and I'm listening. I'm like, all right. Now maybe tonight I'll get a couple of pops in me and I like the tech groups text up with F everybody, we're gonna crush them. Who knows? But
Right.
right now, I
That's fair.
feel like we're gonna win this series.
That's fair. That's fair.
I would love to see what Damon is talking about and them come out tonight angry, pissed off,
Mhm.
and not playing any games and
Mhm.
showing this team,
Mhm.
showing this Toronto team that you are going to have the fight of your life on your hands.
Big fella's
And-
going to
and-
have a 40-10 game tonight.
Ooh.
40 and 10.
I like because
I like it.
I see
like
30 from Harden.
You said 30 from Harden.
Yeah. He'll
If
have
you
less
can get
assists.
30 out of Harden, you
he'll
don't
have-
need 40 and 10.
Just
out
don't
of
tell me
Joel.
Leon
He'll
Wood's
have
the
less
ref.
assists.
Just please don't tell me Leon Wood's ref in this game.
Leon Wood.
Yeah, former Sixer who's a
I was
referee
gonna say
who
former
gives us
Sixer, right?
who gives us nothing. I can't stand him.
You know the league's going to
I
do
don't know who's
that.
roughing the game.
Leon Wood, it's another dude. Oh, Tony Brothers,
Oh
who
my
ain't a
God.
brother.
Wow.
The Leon Stickle of the NBA.
Yeah, Tony Woods, Leon Wood, Tony Brothers is another guy that they give us nothing.
They're the Leons. They're the Stickles of the NBA.
Oh man, those guys I can't stand.
Speaking
them.
of the Flyers, are
Yeah.
we? We're not. No. Okay.
No.
Flyers.
Oh,
Not-
you know
not
what?
8 games
I want to
left.
make a throwback to the beginning when we were talking about the best coaches in town. Nobody once mentioned the coach of the Flyers in that conversation.
Who?
I got
Right.
the refs for tonight's game.
Ooh,
Uh-oh, give it to me.
Uh-oh.
So what are the names that you want to stay away from?
Leon Wood and Tony Brothers.
Okay, so they are not Kane Fitzgerald, Bill Kennedy. What's that?
Bill
They-
Kennedy's solid.
Yeah. Okay.
What's that? Jackie Goebel and Derek Collins.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I don't even see any of those names that you mentioned in any of the games going off
They
today.
probably look at the tapes and realize they suck.
Jeez.
Can't stand
Wow.
Leon Wood, man.
You
I
wanted to come for fire.
I can't
He's going
stand
at
him,
the
man.
ref.
I need,
Yeah, I know.
I need you to not hold
No
back
one's
anymore.
safe.
No.
No one's safe.
No
And I
one's
think
safe.
he's bitter because he stunk as a Sixer.
He did.
Leon Wood. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
stunk.
did. He
man.
was awful.
Number 20, Leon Wood.
Yeah,
Leon Let.
All right.
I mean, Wood.
Predictions for the series.
Let's do it. Around the table, James, start with you. Prediction.
James is like they were fighting here.
I know the 2 games that they're going to win. I think it's going to be a coin sweep at home. So
Clean sweep at home. Wow.
I don't know if I have to say either they're going to win in 5 or 6, but you know what? I'm going to go with 6.
Okay.
Joe?
Sixers in 6.
I want to go 4, but that Thibault, I'm going to say 5 because they'll split in Toronto.
Dave?
It's going to be tough. I'm going to Sixers in 6.
Frank?
5 because the Sixers are going to take one game off for a rest.
I say 5 because when they come back across the border, Thibault will be at the border with a sign saying, "Yeah, hey guys."
Thank you.
I mean, to give you a
Thank
little bit of
you.
history, the 2 times the Raptors and the Sixers only faced off 2 other times in the playoffs, and both times they went to 7 games.
Game 7.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Yeah.
0-1 and
Like 2 hit the doink.
and the doink.
Isn't that where Joel was crying at the end?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
crying, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was at both of those games. The one Jimmy Butler was. Yeah, I was at the one game that Friday we won, and then that Sunday game we lost. I
And
was
in
at both.
2000
Yo, Butler's nuts, man.
And 2001
He's
Yeah.
crazy.
He's a
I don't miss
lunatic.
him.
was Allen
You don't
Iverson
miss
and
him?
your guy.
Nah.
Insanity.
No.
Oh, yeah, I
I've
know.
heard too many stories about what he did. He stayed at a different hotel during that series and all that kind of crap. Guys like that, man. He's a really good player, but he's not a superstar.
He is
No.
flaky. He is
Yeah,
flaky.
definitely flaky.
Yeah, he's
No,
flaky.
he's not. He's not.
Yeah, Vince Carter. Vince Carter was my second favorite basketball player ever behind Jordan.
Yeah, that series.
When he dunked over a 7-footer in the Olympics,
That was awesome.
that was the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life.
That
It was a good player.
series, both Allen Iverson
Over.
and
That was
Vince
sick.
Carter
50-50
made
game.
the Sports Illustrated cover.
Back-to-back
Yeah.
50 games, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and AI just
Yeah.
went at. That was such a great
Yeah.
series.
That was an
was
awesome
great.
series.
You know,
I love it.
players
if-
averaged
Love it.
36
You won
points
that, you
that
see.
series.
If the Sixers take that series in 5, they take at least 2 from the Lakers. They were
But dude, we were up in game 2.
I know they
Yeah.
were cooked after that 7-game
And the other
series.
thing is, your boy Larry Brown. If we win the last game of the season against Chicago,
I don't
we
wanna
get
talk
home court throughout the playoffs.
I don't wanna
Right.
talk
Oh, by the
about
way,
guy coaches.
we could have used Tony Kukoc instead of trading him away. We
I
could have
know.
used that experience.
Yep.
That's
I agree.
don't get me saying I'm upset.
Yeah, listen, look,
Don't get me started about Larry.
Look,
Brown.
it was.
Talk about Larry. You want to talk about Doc Rivers, Larry Brown?
I look forward to the group text tonight.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for everybody for tuning in and chiming in on the text board. It was good to be back in the saddle again.
Yes, it
with the
was. Good
crew.
to see you guys, man.
Absolutely.
Hey,
And so for James Scorza, Joe Marks, Damon Salim, Dave Yarnell, Frank Finnegan, Joe Scorza, I'm Tom Kelly. It's a Pattison Ave Phanatics Show. Go Sixers!
Rock
No
a-
prisoners!
Rock a bye, baby.
Go Sixers!